Uh, Ahoy, land lovers! It's me, your Captain Vasco. I'll figure out where the cut-in point for the stream is later. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna respond to Zachula's comment in chat about last night's game, NORCO. Zachula says something tells you you're not super enthused about the idea of continuing NORCO. I want to be clear about this. I truly don't have anything bad to say about NORCO. It's just it's not exactly my speed. Like, it doesn't resonate with me in a significant way. Like, I have so much respect for what it's doing, and I've played like so many games that have a great idea that like suck to play, or like do something that's actively really frustrating in the story that makes me not want to continue it. It's just that like Norco's style is like not my style. It doesn't overlap super hard. I honestly think a big part of it is like, I think on some level is that like the themes like grate against me, where it's like, you left home and caused trouble to your family and you're such a burden, and it's just like it's not quite so severe as to be like triggering, but it's just like there's nothing fun to me about like your character is a disappointment to their family and is a failure. I'm like, no, that's not escapism. That's the opposite of escapism. That's like tapping into my nightmares. So like, it's hard for me to have like fun, like role playing a character that's like kind of toxic unintentionally to all the people around them. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm trying not to do. That's not fun for me. And so like, if it was like telling a different story in that style, I think I would be like into it. But like, there's definitely some element of it that's like, I'm not. And like, you know, to like a much lesser extent, like it like hops around in this weird way that like I appreciate, but like again, just like isn't my like the whole like crocodile like puppet show. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird stuff. But like I watched like 90 seconds of Norco and I was like, this game is for Zacula. Like, I'm pretty sure I said that in the Discord like 7 hours before I went live with the game. Like, I understand that that is your jam. I encourage you to play it. I get the sense that like Chad is like largely in a similar headspace to me, where like I didn't get the sense that a lot of people like hated it the way that like, you know, Zacula hated the Sea Ants of Blake Manor, or like by the end of it, like 80% of chat hated Raincode, but we suffered the sunk cost fallacy because the game was incredibly long. And at a certain point, I'm like, we have to know what happens. I know that they've telegraphed like every plot twist for like 30 in-game hours, but just bear with me. And we got to the end, it was like, yeah, it sucked, shut up. Sarah says she liked Raincode. That's why I didn't say 100%. Some people are Sarah, and some people are Neko, who like actively seems to get upset if you just mention Raincode, and I don't fault her for that. But like, you know, like if you ask me like, hey, Norco looks good to me, do you recommend it? I'd be like, if it looks good to you, then you'll probably like it. Absolutely. But like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it hit chat super hard, and there are parts of it that like don't jive well with me. So like the sense I get is that we may not return to that one, which is a shame on a cost benefit spectrum, but these are the choices we make to stream. Incidentally, thank you, on a completely unrelated note, to Demolition for 100 bits. That's very generous of you. Thank you for that. But yeah, speaking of Demolition, let's really smoothly get this audio doesn't slide as well as the one yesterday, although I think it works better. Confirm and then do this, and it's Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. So like, what is the deal? Well, it was Demolition's birthday earlier this week. Hey, so hang on, what's that?
Did someone say birthday?
Well, I think they did. It was me. And I had mentioned I was gonna, oh, that's weird. The Stream Deck reset itself in a way that was convenient, but like not how that's supposed to work. So here's how this like actually played out this week is that, and I mentioned this yesterday, but like in the wild, someone like mentioned a game that Demolition had gifted to me a while back that I never played on stream. That one was like spontaneous. It was a game I'd like never heard of, and Demolition just like gifted it. And I think Demolition just said like, "This is a cool game I like." And like I didn't know much about it, so like I didn't make a concerted effort to get it on stream. That game is Cultist Simulator, and I like recently like heard someone like describe it in such a way that I'm like, oh, that like sounds like a thing I'd really like. And I like did my like usual like few minutes of just like trying to basically do tutorial and like adjust audio is what that usually ends up looking like for a relatively balanced stream experience. Incidentally, this game, because it is audio focused, seems to have put a great amount of care into balancing its audio. I think literally if I had made none adjustments to it, it would have been fine. I bumped it down like just a little bit because I think doing that makes it so I'm competing less with the voice acting. But so I put on Cultist Simulator for a few minutes and I was like, this is interesting. It's not extremely visual and like it's a little heady. Why don't I go with NORCO, a game that I have heard great things about, and had already sort of suggested I was going to play on stream, and then we'll go from there. Because like originally I was just like, I'm gonna like surprise Demolition and do this thing, and then I was like, I'm not sure about this. And then we played like NORCO yesterday. I was like, oh my god, NORCO is like a heady, nonsensical nightmare, and like I struggle to engage. I don't I don't care about any of the characters, which is I think they're well written. It's just it's not for me. And it just like by the end of that stream, I was like, I don't know what existence is anymore. I need 3 naps simultaneously. And so I was like, I don't think I'm gonna default back to a second kind of heady, slightly unorthodox game. And then like Demolition like stayed up, sort of like going over the archives of things that they had gifted me to suggest to do today, and like we had sort of independently arrived at the same conclusion of Stray Gods: the role-playing musical. Now I don't actually know a lot about this game. I know the concept. I know that like multiple people I know were interested in it when it came out, and I don't know how. I don't know. Like I just didn't have time to play it. I honestly think this came out around the time I started playing Raincode, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on that. But like I know that there was like some reason that like I was interested in this and I like put it off a little while, and then like things just kind of snowballed and it didn't fit anywhere. And here we are, Stray Gods. So we're just gonna go with it. I think the audio is fine. Let me know if it's not. I don't know if I'm in the right corner. I don't know what type of gameplay this is. I have my Cianza Blake Manor controller handy if I have to plug it in. I don't know, and I don't know very much. One day maybe they'll make a Raincode sequel. It's so traumatizing to go to the Raincode subreddit, which I've only done like twice ever, because like I don't know what your experience is like on the internet or on Reddit in particular, but like every fandom subreddit is the place that you will hear the most negativity about that thing. There are very few exceptions to this. Raincode is one of them. Everyone in the Raincode subreddit is like, well, they haven't confirmed a Raincode 2, but we all expect it to happen. It's like, you all stay in your Schrodinger's box. Have fun with that. Okay, let's play Stray Gods. It's time for time. God, has so many minutes have passed. I'm just like this was just sound check. I've seen basically nothing other than like half a cutscene, so we're just gonna overwrite slot 1. That's fine. Now I'm playing this at really low resolution because I got like a lag spike like right before the start of the stream that like messed up the camera sync. It's a little small. My only options are basically full screen or small. Good luck to me.
4 hours. 4 hours in a rented gym that still smells like socks and childhood trauma. And where did it get us? Other than bored? The band wasn't even looking for anything specific. We just wanted change. We wanted to see who was out there, if they'd show
Hit
up.
here. Rarely rendered in a video game. This implied they took sonic
Well,
damage
they
from that
showed up all
saxophone.
right.
If you have to ask if
You know,
something
I
was
had a
Danny
dream where this
Sexbang, it
exact
usually
thing
is.
happened. Except we were on stage. And naked.
We were auditioning.
Not all of us. Okay, it was just me. I was naked. I think this went better.
Oh, also, there's a timer on choices. I turned this off by default because when we played the complex, we had a discussion about this, and chat seemed to be largely pro removing the timer. We can evaluate this later, I think, if we need to, but that's the reasoning and why we're starting here. This entire character feels very familiar. It's a little Kathy Rain, but I feel like I know this woman from somewhere. Hercules says, I've already spotted the one who should be real and also my wife. I feel like I have no frame of reference for whom you could be speaking. Okay, so she said that this went better than her nightmare about her auditioning naked for her own band. Our response, you're trying to make me feel better. Maybe we should try that. It couldn't be worse. She said naked a whole bunch. She did. It was, I don't know. It was... Has anyone seen or played Baby Steps? It almost seemed like the kind of, like, intensely anxious dialogue that every cutscene in that game has. You're just trying to make me feel better by comparing this to a literal nightmare.
I see what you're doing, Freddy. You're just trying to make me feel better.
How about making us feel better? We sat through this too.
I'm so sorry you all had such a rough time. Freddy has a bad idea. What else is new? Okay, let's just wrap this up. Kaz, do you need a ride?
Just to Brian's. I'm, crashing on his couch until I get a new place.
What?
Is that what we're calling it?
You said it'd be 2 days.
You know you like having me around. Whatever.
Have you heard yourself snore?
Is this a band or a polycule?
Hey, Grace, you okay?
It's fine for it to
I
be
know you've
both,
been
I suppose,
kinda
but it
loose
feels
ends
more
since
like
you
one than
left
the
college. I
other.
was just hoping tonight would cheer you up.
I feel like I'm heavily incentivized to choose the one that has a heart on it. Like, I don't think this is a dating sim, but at the same time, it's also been shockingly dating sim coded for, like, 2 dialogue options. Sarah is literally just chanting lesbians in chat. I don't see a problem with that. Also, like, these other options are at best passive-aggressive and otherwise hostile, so, like, sure.
You're always looking out for me, Freddy.
Now you are
That's the
roommates.
deal, right? Best friends to the end.
Roommates to the end.
Right. I just wish it wasn't always so one-sided.
Hey,
Both sides of the bed, because they're roommates.
Don't worry about that, really, Grace. You'll get through this.
Like Daniel
Music
Bedingfield
is
said.
your life, Freddy. You're the drummer, the lyricist. All of this was your idea. I wish I knew where I fit.
I think you fit. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You coming?
I thought I'd done too many in a row,
Gonna
but Sarah
hang out
typed
a
the
bit
thing I
and
would
lock
have
up.
said.
I'll see you at home.
Like a boat lost at sea with
I assume it's
no
autosave?
sails, not a breeze. I am
This really feels like an Act 1 Disney
drifting
princess
cold
song.
waters, no star to be
Parentheses complimentary.
seen. is it just me? Everything I set upon unravels at my feet. Everything I've learned wasted on a girl who doesn't know how to be free. Like a boat lost at sea with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen.
These are weird bleachers. Are they bleachers? They're just chairs.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard you from outside.
You look
My
like you'd
name's
be played by
Calliope.
Mae Whitman,
You-
parentheses complimentary.
You have an amazing voice. I hope you know that.
Thanks. I'm Grace. Are you here for the audition, or?
Her name is Calliope. Yeah, I'm gonna suggest you
Yes, I am.
anticipate some overt. It's called Stray Gods. Is the end of that sentence. Also, like, the entire duration of that song, chat is like literally just like openly fighting over the romantic interest of Grace, this character. To which Sarah's most recent comment is, "Can I have every woman?" By which do you mean individually Whitney Houston? Regrettably, she passed some years ago. But is immortalized in that really stupid Brooklyn Nine-Nine / New Girl crossover meme where Andy Samberg's detective character goes up to the car window where Zooey Deschanel is like driving in New York City. He's like, "I need to commandeer this car." And like in the original, he has to prove that he likes soup by naming enough types of soup. And like she sets like a low bar, like 2 different types of soup or something. But like people use it as like a meme template. And like in this case, it's like, he walks up and he says like, "I love women," and she's like, "Oh really? Name every woman." And he just says Whitney Houston. It's very good. Ocean says this is honestly the best game ever in years. I mean, again, I don't know a lot about it. It's a good initial showing. It's very good. I do appreciate the open thirst in chat. I genuinely do. Positivity. Let's hear Calliope sing.
Okay. Did you bring an instrument or some music?
I kinda bring my music wherever I go.
I hope she plays Calliope music,
All right. Well,
which is, I think, different than what will actually happen, but would be very funny. Like that one I think you should leave sketch.
Fire furious, I have burned my tongue. Grief from all the promises, too many dreams unsung. All the steps I didn't take and paths proved untrue. Is there any path through? Like a boat lost at sea.
Unconventional to
About to
duet your audition.
You still have your life ahead. I am drifting cold waters, no star.
And would this work IRL? It's a reasonable question, I think, Cotillion.
All things that lose their way can find it again. There is no inertia in the ocean.
I don't know that that's true exactly. Oh, hold on. I'm choosing one of 3. I didn't know this was one of these games. I suppose it does say in the title that it's an RPG, but for some reason we started with visual novel elements and I just kind of forgot everything I ever heard. It's a good line. I don't know that it necessarily bears out. It sounds really good. It provokes thought. It's good. But like, isn't the sea a place that inherently does have inertia? It's true. NL would love choosing one of three. That's true. Okay, so hold on. Charming, kick-ass, or clever. Okay. So charming. This is Grace with soul and charisma. She tries to do the right thing, and everyone likes her more. God, I always do this sort of thing in video games. I just want people to like me. It's so depressing. In your face, Grace is very punk rock and not afraid to get reckless and aggressive when it's called for. This is not usually what I do. Clever. Well, that's true. I also try to be clever because I think I'm clever in real life, and then I try to do it in video games to be like, see, I'm clever. Which is how I ended up playing 5 consecutive streams of Slay the Spire 2. And it's fine. I've been playing a bunch of Slay the Spire 2 offline, and I'm like, someday I swear to God I'm gonna beat a Regent run. No one cares but me, but I'm gonna do it, I promise. I'll let you know when it happens. Sometimes you need to think your way out of a problem, right? This Grace is sneakier, smarter. Is sneakiness, like, important in a game like this? I mean, my first instinct is definitely green or blue. It's intriguing to consider what, like, the trigger for gaining the trait here is. I guess, like, it derives from, like, the musical principle of, in a musical, like, you sing when your emotions are intense, and so, like, when you reach that level of intensity, it reveals something about yourself. It's kind of intuitive in that way, I guess. I don't know, I kind of like, based on what we've seen, I kind of like going charming. It feels like it justifies the lack of direction, but like the connection to other people will give us that sense, maybe? Stare.
Maybe if I leaned upon my friends, raise the alarm, I'll call for them. Do I have the heart to trust they'll keep me safe from harm?
She just says no. Doesn't sing it, just says no.
Wow. What was that?
Your song was just so wonderful. I had to finish it with you. I hope that's all right. I also know what it feels like to be lost. To feel as if you have no place to turn. That's why I had to come inside.
Is her neckline yen? Okay, I see what's happening. Is you would need certain traits to give certain responses. Okay, that's fair. Although, does it really require a tremendous amount of cleverness to realize that she didn't come here to audition when you sang as much as she did when she got up on stage? Is that, like, a huge logical leap? I feel like if we're charisma-based, that, well, I don't know. Maybe this is an irrational conflation. But, like, I feel like if you're charisma-based, you're probably, like, a little more empathetic. So, like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I know why I feel that way, but what's your story?
I'm reaping what I've sown, I think. This has been a very long time coming.
Ouch. Sounds harsh.
May I ask you why you feel so adrift? You're so young. Surely your life is just beginning.
I get the feeling that we haven't always been tremendously open with people around us. And from my personal experience, that can come across as saying what you really feel, but in a way that can be excused if they don't resonate with it.
You sound like my guidance counselor.
Then I should apologize.
No, it's fine. There's just only so many times someone can ask what's wrong with you before you start to think there's really something wrong with you. But what does she know? If only she could see me now, right?
Wasn't really going in for the... It's fine, though.
I think she'd see what I see.
which is an unusual bleacher arrangement.
I should go.
About the audition. I'm sure everyone will agree you're in, if you want to be, that is.
I hope to see you again, Grace. Perhaps soon.
It'd be so
Right.
funny if she, like,
See you
carried
then.
on this guise the whole time and then just, like, disappeared in a puff of smoke, like, right by the door. I'm like, why go to all the trouble? Zacula says, oh my god, kiss. That's your solution to every social interaction. And to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure if you're wrong. Are we not going to get into our own apartment? They put fridge magnets that spelled fridge on the fridge.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be... What the... Calliope?
That escalated very quickly.
I'm so sorry, Grace.
I mean, I want to know what happened. It's less relevant how we got. I think it's important to help when help is needed. Twitch. I don't know how much of that you were watching for, but that definitely escalated quickly, even if you had been watching the whole time.
Oh god, you're hurt.
Honestly, fridge
I'll get
magnets that
help.
spell fridge on your fridge is
No,
like a power
you
move.
have
I
to
think.
wait.
It's the sort of
Can't
thing
go.
I love.
I didn't want to do this to you. Not like this. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean? Hey, Calliope!
Is she gonna regenerate into one of the
Please?
doctors?
Please, come on.
Is that a rare candy? Let's level up.
What is that?
Zoop. Is this normal? Depends on whether you're already a god or a muse, maybe. Anyone see the movie Xanadu other than myself and my mom? Is it bad that the most troubling part of this is that the individual who seemed supernatural has now left an actual corpse for me to deal with? Hi?
Oh, I can wait. Take your time.
Is that my door?
Arguably.
Technically, it's my door. Or our door, maybe? I came as soon as I could.
This feels very The Lost Room. I feel like I like asking who they are because, like, we need help is almost too trusting, and did you do this is almost too distressed. Like, I just want to hear your take on why you're here and involved.
Hold on. Who are you? How did you get here?
Through the door? I mean, geez, how did you get here?
Didn't look like that. It looked different.
She really is dead, huh? Man. So, the course is gonna want to talk to you. Sucks, but, you know.
I don't know. Apparently I've chosen poorly, as I've chosen the character trait that has contributed the least to all possible options thus far. I would like some explanations, I think. There's presumably time to explain.
I don't understand. None of this makes any sense. She's dead, and I don't...
I can see you don't know squat about this, so I'm gonna explain real quick, but then you gotta come with me, okay? When Cal
There's
died,
also
you saw a
magnets
shiny
that
thing come
spell
out of her,
weird
right?
on the
That was her
fridge.
soul. That's what made her a god.
A what?
It's in you now, which makes you a god. Surprise, right? With me so far?
Feels like that's probably
Let's
not...
go.
It probably shouldn't be that easy to transfer the soul of a god, let alone kill one. I don't know. What is this, Theros? I think Critwitch is experiencing every human emotion all at once. I'm terribly sorry. You arrived at quite the time. Let us clean up first. Yeah, that seems valid.
Where are we?
Sorry to drop you and run, but when an idol dies, there's like 100 different things I gotta do.
No, wait. Where did you bring me? How did we get here?
The chorus can explain. Don't touch anything. Okay?
Wait, come back!
Hand's still bloody.
Okay.
Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, I'll just wait here and,
Well, see, they're gonna know
touch
if you touch anything because of your
anything.
bloody hands. It's a problem. King suggests perhaps the body will disappear on its own if he's not taking care of it. I mean, that could be one of the things that Hermes is doing. That's possible. Are these cookies here the whole time? How did our hands get clean? Oh my god. Nope. No dice. That'd be very stressful for me. Okay. Hi. Hello. Zacula's gonna have a real hard time choosing here.
Our beloved sister, the last of the Muses, has passed on to you, our new sister, delivered to us by dear sweet Hermes. It's, Grace, yes?
Yes, Zacula
yes.
confirms struggle in chat.
My, you have had quite the day, haven't you?
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, in not only all caps, but like some sort of super caps feels like an appropriate response. I mean, it's pretty hard to mistake the one who sat down as Athena. That's just what Athena looks like in everything. Athena is like somehow like the most like a common like Greek mythological figure to appear in stuff, but also just somehow always looks exactly like Athena. I can take some educated guesses to the others, but it's very clear that one's Athena. But like, I don't know, is she really dead? Seems like a stupid question considering that we had her blood on our hands until we, I don't know, rubbed it on a book and then someone told us her soul went in our body. Who are you? Please don't call the cops.
Someone died in my arms. Where is this? How did I get here? Who are you people?
Oh, so many questions. This is my office, and I expect you arrived
Doesn't
through one of
answer any of
Hermes'
the questions.
portals.
The shiny doorway.
As for who we are, well, that does require some explanation, I agree. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Athena.
Oh my god, she was Athena the whole
goddess of
time. There was no way
wisdom.
to know.
This is Apollo, god of prophecy, dressed for the occasion, as always.
I mean,
The
just for
wondrous
something.
Aphrodite, goddess
Oh.
of love.
Was
and
guessing more
the
like
one
Morpheus
glaring
with
at
that
you
cape.
is Persephone, once queen of the underworld. Together, we are the chorus. We rule over the idols, our name for the gods who remain. All of us, hidden in your modern world.
It's not immediately clear to me what the question mark means. I don't know if that means that I will gain an unknown trait by choosing that, or if that will have an unknown effect on relationships with something or something of that effect. Okay, update. Zacula says Persephone final answer. Good to know. Barely related question. Zacula, have you watched any of the season 2 of the live action One Piece? Because you had some comments on one of the characters who shows up in this season, and I think your emotions would be even further intensified by watching it if they haven't. Wait, gods are real seems like it gives me the derp trait, if that's how this works. This seems kind of cynical. You expect me to believe this. And you live here almost seems sarcastic. I don't know. I don't really know what the question mark thing is, so I don't know how important this is, and these don't feel hugely obviously distinct. I'm just gonna choose, and you live here. At this time of year, at this time of night, localized entirely in this office in an undisclosed city?
Right, and you live here, not in some city in Europe or a...
On top of a mountain? Oh, I know. Once we roamed marble halls, and now...
I like that they have cookies,
fashionably
though.
appointed apartments. We have Wi-Fi. We move
so
with the times,
upset.
Grace. We have to, if we're going to remain hidden and survive. The mortals grow more and more clever with each passing century. Television! I do what I must.
Have you seen HBO? Oh, is question just like literally like info?
But gods aren't real. They can't be. They're just...
Stories, myths, legends?
If you're real, you'd be all-powerful. You wouldn't be hiding or...
Don't pay much attention to those old tales about us, Grace. They weren't very true to begin with, and, well, truth be told, we've diminished since those days. That doesn't mean we're helpless, of course. Far from it. Yet, at the end of the day, we too are just people, trying to get by.
And you expect me to believe it?
You expect me to believe that gods, idols, have been living among us for what? Thousands of years?
It makes sense for them to be in America.
Thousands of years
because
old.
of the American idol.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to make you believe anything. Not at all. If you'd like to believe this office is right outside your front door, or that we are, I don't know, actors, religious fanatics, by all means. The only thing I do need you to grasp is that you are here. This is real, and like it or not, it is happening.
Wait, you said, and Hermes said, that I'm a god now too. And an idol.
That is true.
That thing that came out of her that went into me.
Oh, no, hands are still bloody. Look
We
like they
call
weren't
it an
before.
eidolon, the part of Calliope's soul which made her an idol, which now makes you one.
Athena, we are wasting time.
The reason you're here, Grace, the reason why we made you wait so long while we debated, is because we have rules.
Just
Those
like Dua Lipa.
rules mean we can't admit into our ranks a usurper. Never mind a possible murderer. I know this will all come as a shock, and I'm so sorry to say it, but I'm afraid you have to die.
Thanks, James Bond villain. I don't know how you would go about assessing this in this situation, but like, I feel like one of the things I would really want to know is, I mean, I guess like it's sort of two interrelated questions. It's like, define what it means to be an idol if gods can die, but like also what is it that causes them to die exactly? That feels relevant for multiple reasons. But like, clearly we're not like omnipotent or whatever, because like then they would know what happened to Calliope, right? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm inclined to finally use my skill given the choice. This seems like it may be the type of game where you just like definitely always do that, but like it definitely seems like a good idea to use my skill point in this situation that is like literally life or death. That seems pretty straightforward.
You want me to die? But that isn't fair.
Swipe or no swiping.
I know, but consider it from our point of view.
The
A
Jedi
dear
are evil.
sister, someone who traveled with us through the ages, gone.
But I didn't do it. Aren't you supposed to be the goddess of wisdom? Can't you see this isn't right?
Want a cookie?
Calliope's blood is literally on your hands.
But it isn't.
Man, she'd be terrible
she
at
looks so
indigo
helpless.
prophecy.
Maybe we should do as we agreed. Calliope's line would end, yes, but what other option do we have? Let a usurper remain an idol?
Justice has to be done, for Calliope's sake.
But
This might be your problem,
justice.
gang. One and two and a musical cue.
You cannot hide from this reality.
I'm not hiding, though a little lost here.
If you are lost, little girl, this bears explanation. Dear child, please listen.
It's friggin' Owl Man.
You have usurped a muse. No recourse to be arranged.
But it's unfair.
I know, but our laws cannot be changed.
But she came to
It's
me.
like a bad system.
You must realize there are simple rules. If one of us dies,
8 simple
these
rules?
have been
How
the
many
tools
sitcoms?
that
You must know. I didn't
us.
do it.
Is it weird this isn't song?
Now that the muse is gone, I'm afraid you'll have to see. The chorus is in a chorus.
Oh no. It's the Council of the Obsolete.
Justice won't be ignored.
I disagree.
Oh, dang. I figured there's a reason we weren't hearing from Apollo.
Did I hear that correctly?
You've been quiet this entire time, Apollo. Why speak up now?
I feel like it's
I
pretty
grieve
quiet.
Calliope's loss just as much as the rest of you, but I can't let you do this.
He's right. What if Grace speaks the truth? What if Calliope chose her?
And what if Calliope was murdered by her? What if Grace stole her eidolon?
Then we need to find out. Don't you want justice?
Oh, Apollo, I thought we'd agreed this was justice. What would you have us
I think
do?
you punched the was. Sure feels like this is a big choice. That's fine. It feels troubling to me that the alleged goddess of wisdom is just sort of like source, just trust me, like laws can't be changed, and like this is the no attempt at a real explanation as to why this is the best thing to do other than it's what she wants to do. Like that seems very problematic. I want a trial, and I want Phoenix Wright to be there.
Don't I get a trial? A fair hearing, something? Or is that not what idols do?
We aren't seriously considering this.
Very well. This one time. I put a motion before the chorus. Do we allow Grace the right to prove her innocence?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Fine.
And there we have it.
A unanimous no, because I've decided already. Sarah says she's worried that Grace could kill them all. She's probably seen that before. I mean, I agree that's implied because that's probably why we don't have more surviving Greek gods. But that is exactly the type of explanation that we didn't get. This is my point. Not that it's necessarily an extreme stance beyond appreciation, but that her attempt to, she's like, I don't understand what's going on. She's like, you simply have to die. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you must die. And that's not, I recently watched through, I don't remember what, like the most recent season of Invincible. And there's this like whole subplot where like this young superhero like wants to go fight crime, and like the the sort of caregiver for that superhero just keeps telling them no and doesn't explain why not, and it just like keeps escalating because they don't give a rationale to explain why it's important that we do things a certain way. Yes, Oliver. I don't know how much, like, Oliver has, like, a complicated backstory, so I'm trying not to spoil anything if somehow, like, you didn't come here for, like, spoilers on a specific TV show I don't normally talk about. But, like, that was bothering me, like, the whole season. It's like, no, like, I agree with you, but, like, you can't just tell him no and then expect him to, like, understand why you're mad all the time. Like, that's not how we operate, like, as responsible adults.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so how do I put my...
Wait, I'm gonna get some help with this, right? Some direction?
You say Calliope chose you. I would like to believe that. I truly would. You have 1 week to find out what happened, Grace.
What happens after a week?
There will be a trial. If you cannot provide proof of your innocence by then, well, our original verdict stands.
As the drop suggested. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Okay?
What do you want me to say? I can't possibly do this. This is unfair. You know all that already, right? So I'll do my best. That's all I've got.
We're not going to keep you, Grace. You have much to do. Before you go, however, a few rules.
Lots of rules.
Do not reveal our existence to the mortal world. This includes mortal authorities that cannot help you. Do not harm another idol. Do not leave the city. Do as the chorus commands.
Do not leave the
Otherwise,
city's a little interesting.
Do whatever you must to find the true killer. If they exist.
Oh, that's all?
Welcome, dear sister.
And do help yourself to a cookie.
Finally! Been waiting for that. I really wanted the owl to nod. Time to head home. Time to hit the old dusty trail. Go. Hit the go button.
Knife.
Okay, so out of curiosity, was there a corpse when you got here?
Grace?
Bridge. Gone. Okay. Relevant.
Grace.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. You're kidding, right?
Their room.
When I came home, the door was wide open. You weren't answering your phone. Kaz and Brian are still out looking for... Grace... We thought something happened to you.
How long were we gone?
What? Did something happen to you?
These seem like bad things to say. I became a god, which explicitly breaks one of the rules. Whether or not we think she's going to take us seriously, probably not a great idea. You didn't find a body? I mean, that's not going to calm her down, and if she didn't, it's going to make her worry about something that ideally she does. So, option C, baby!
Yeah, kidnapped by aliens.
Well, if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to.
Big, scary aliens.
You were gone all night. Why didn't you answer your phone?
Threw it in the Rio Grande.
I was calling and calling. This wasn't some hookup, was it? Because, you know, you can say it's none of your business, Freddy.
Sup, buddy? Not a hookup. I'm not sure I trust Grace to make up a story. I mean, which of those horrifyingly bad options do you think would be better, Sarah? I mean, it's probably intended for them to all be bad, but like, no, it's not a hookup. We are still good. We are still roommates. Don't worry about it.
It was definitely not a hookup. I'm allowed to say that much, I think.
Allowed to say? Like you're a secret spy? Have you been a secret spy this whole time? Because if you have, that's pretty cool.
I don't know why chat's in a tizzy about what's happening with that guy.
Hi there.
Who is this, Grace? Why does he have horns?
That is, in fact, a good question. It's shocking to me how many of these options are basically like immediately butting up. I mean, I get. Do they want me to play this game like every like protagonist from like every time travel movie ever, where they just like keep saying like what was that stupid term that I hated from Old Skies that she just kept saying, like not like a couple, like the not couple thing. Yes, it wasn't polycule, but it was something like polycule. I have something to confess, it was a hookup, but it's fine because they're hot and you'll like them too, I guess is the subtext, Sarah. I'm just gonna go with clustermate. Yes, thank you. There was that. I've now assessed how much delay there is between me and chat. Clustermate. Like I feel like so many of these dialogue options are like basically that. Like just be like the absolute buffoon idiot who like doesn't understand, like to stop referencing stuff from like 60 years in the future or something.
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
To answer your question, my dear, you see the horns because I allow you to see the horns.
I've honestly met weirder
It's crazy,
people in real
right?
life.
As for who I am, I've been known most often as Pan. So you call me that.
But that's my sexuality. My name is Steven.
Pan, of the Greek gods, Pan, right? What are you, some kind of cosplayer?
The days of idols being called gods are well behind us, I'm afraid, but I assure you, I am the real article. I've come to offer our newest idol a helping hand. Or perhaps two. You do look lost, don't you?
I feel like it's a loophole. If this guy says something that breaks one of the rules, it's not my fault, right? So if I just ask him what he can do to help, and he says something that he shouldn't say, I didn't do it, right? I don't know if that's true. I feel like it feels a little too provocative to say, "Can we talk in front of Prey?" Because like then it suggests that like something is wrong again, and where he's sent here seems like it's too open about like me opening the door for him to say stuff.
Help me how exactly? And why? We've never even met.
Now how would one acquire friends if one never made an effort to meet strangers?
Listen, don't hit me with that
As for
rationale.
the help I can offer, plenty. Unless you feel you can find the murderer on your own.
Okay, great.
I mean, you could do that. Maybe. Possibly.
Murderer? Wait, there's a murderer? Grace?
Cosplay. Wizard did it. This is your fault, Pen. No. That's... Just let that be unsaid. Try not to be upset, Peel. I mean, like... This feels unhelpful. Like... Again, I feel like I chose that dialogue option knowing that he would, like... broach the subject so it wouldn't be my fault to sort of help bring this up. I'm kind of with Crit Twitch on this. Broadly speaking, like, what are these options? Like, these mostly don't feel like reasonable dialogue options. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Sure. Like, these all seem questionable. I feel like left and right are both a little provocative. Can we talk?
So we can just talk about this. In front of Freddy.
Haven't you? Darling. And here I drop my glamour and everything.
It's just, I was told we're not supposed to. Talk about it, that is.
Talk about what? Grace, tell me.
The prohibition is against revealing the idols to the mortal world. She's not the mortal world, is she? She can be trusted, can't she?
I do like this guy's style.
That I'm gonna regret not
He's
leaving with
just
Brian and Cass.
And also Neko.
Oh,
What
I
a
can
time for
guarantee
everyone to
it.
join.
Okay, Freddy. Have a seat. Let's talk.
Time clock. Dude, we only have a week. We wasted so much time.
That's
I think
it?
we just baked a cake or something.
Huh? I guess. Do you believe in this, Grace?
Well, I've been shooting lightning out of my eyes for like 6 straight hours, and I wasn't doing that before. Calling it proof seems a little strong, but I feel like this answer sort of explains where we're at mentally and emotionally.
Sure, but I had proof. I traveled through a magical door.
Which sounds extra cool.
Humble brag.
I was a little distracted.
Well, I have a million questions, but I can ask them later. The important thing is that I am here to support my best friend.
Kitsune, thank you for 5 gifted subs. I'm assuming they're still on discount, but that doesn't mean that you're obliged to do that. Thank you very much. Also, Devolution not to be outdone. 10 gifted subs. Thank you for that, Devolution. Thank you. I think we've covered anyone who's ever been in chat probably with that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodness gracious. And Neko also observed daylight saving time just hit. I was scared that I was 2 hours late for the stream. Nah, not 2 hours. We started an hour ago. Man, feels like we got a lot done in an hour, despite the fact that, like, objectively, we're not, like, extremely far in the story. You're taking this so well. Your brother's going to be all right. We like Freddy.
What did I ever do to deserve a friend like you?
You sat next to me in lunch period, dummy.
Oh yeah, right.
My friendship comes with all sorts of benefits, up to and including the trekking down of supernatural
benefits?
Such darling camaraderie. It brings a tear to my eye. It truly does.
Speaking of killers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You wound me, dear lady. I've come to offer advice to our newest idol, a foundling who was set adrift most cruelly.
That's interesting. Now I can ask what's in it for you, which was an option before that was locked behind having chosen the, like, thinky girl trait. How do you know about me? Did they send up, like, a bat signal when Calliope died?
Seems rather convenient, you showing up with advice. How did you even know I existed?
A little bird told me, if you must know. Very useful, those little birds.
He's not gonna tell you, Grace.
There's not much to tell. Among the idols, news travels swiftly. We are a tiny village of godly busybodies. I heard of your arrival, and I know how obtuse the chorus can be. So here I am. You're welcome.
Here's a legitimate and I think important question, which is when we went to Athena's office, I feel like it was strongly implied, though not stated explicitly, that the people ruling on whether we should be dead, like, comprised the chorus. Like, I feel like there was some line of dialogue that was basically like, we are the chorus and we are what's left. But, like, we already know at least one guy who wasn't a part of that. So, like, what gives, I guess, is my takeaway from that. Speaking of, what gives?
So you're here purely for my sake, then? Like a charity case?
My dear sweet girl, as far as you're concerned, I am the god of charity cases.
But you're not, are you? Pan was the god of lust and mischief. Doesn't sound too charitable to me.
Ah, yes. The old tales of the gods. Such antics, such fantasy.
I really like his voice. The voice sounds a little familiar, and I imagine a lot of these are voice actors you could recognize from various other projects. Like, I feel like I was aware that they did not spare expense getting voice actors for this, but I don't immediately recognize the origin of that voice, but he sounds familiar to me. Did I not already ask what's in it for? Can I ask it again?
I still don't trust you. Nobody does anything for free.
No such thing as a free lunch.
Now. Who said I was doing anything for free?
I do feel like that's exactly what we're trying to get at, and you deliberately didn't answer.
Ask for anything. As of yet.
Go ahead. How do I know you're not the killer?
You know, you could be the killer, for all I know.
Come to mislead you, perhaps. How fiendishly clever of me. Well called, darling.
And maybe even true.
Poor, poor Pan! To be eternally maligned and mistrusted. Alas, and alas, and alas. I doubt there's a line of idols waiting to offer you advice, Grace. But whether you accept mine or not is for you to decide.
Asks Pan, my dad has an effigy of this guy in the living room. Didn't have an afro, though, or the tacky glasses. This guy doesn't have tacky glasses either. His glasses are very chic. I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me your advice?
Okay, I'll bite. What's your advice? I have to admit, I don't really know where to start.
Well, I'm not normally one to run amok telling others how to live their lives. But have you considered using your powers?
No one told me.
Music, art, passion. You are the last muse, and all these are now your province.
Oh, hang on. We've received an emote from the hype train. Thank you again to everyone participating, and also just to everyone for hanging out tonight. I seem to have some sort of 3D rendered dog that looks a little like in rock, like a rock. It didn't play much with that Pokemon in particular. Let's see. I mean, that sounds rad. Nah, let's fish. My province?
I mean, my province.
Each of us has, how shall I say, our talents. Yours is music, as befits a muse.
Thank you for bigifying
You're like the original rock star, Grace.
Okay, but how does that help me find Calliope's murderer?
Allow me to expedite the process of
You ever seen
understanding.
Schmigadoon?
Now then, close your eyes. You hear that? It's coming from you. When you sing, what emotion does it summon?
No. Sorry, that's something else.
I don't know.
You open your eyes, you look into the crowd, and you feel
powerful.
Grace, you know that you're lost now. You've been given powers you don't understand. I'm the guy who can help you.
You're definitely singing like a villain. It's a very villain-coded song.
No, it's okay, Freddy. This is all me? What do I do?
Start singing.
Now?
Why not? Time's a wasting.
Oh. Does this amplify my traits, or does it draw from them? It's musical. Let's be expressive and lean on our charisma trait, I guess. Just to see how this goes.
Freddy, he's got me shaking. I don't know what I'm meant to do. Something in me's awakened. But this goat guy thinks I'm some great ingenue. I'm doing it now, huh? I don't follow. Are those really actual horns? And this singing is so hard to swallow. Can you hear me, Grace? What's going on?
My turn.
So sorry you had to be here for this. I'm in the dark too as you're hearing this. Like I know that I'm in full control, cause the words and the tunes I feel here in my soul. If this is a power, I'm not overthinking it. If this was a drink, I'd be drinking it. But someone is dead and I'm losing my head. Like the goat said, this is my time, time to shine. This is my time, time to shine.
Man, this is gonna get flagged like crazy on
Sense
YouTube.
here, and won't the carpet be covered in fleece? And
And you said someone died here. Shouldn't we then just call the police?
I struggle with this because like I don't know what I would do. Like I don't this is rough, man. Nego asked what Disney musical did I come in on? This is Stray Gods: a role-playing musical or something. It's interesting that intellect leans Pan. Like I feel like I'm inclined to respect Freddy's reasoning largely because Pan is so villain code. Like the second he started singing, is like, oh no, that's the problem. But like I also don't have a sense that our friends know how to handle this. But like, it's just all right.
Sing it, Freddy, I hear you. We've only just met, now he's my new best friend. Now I'll owe him a favor. And what will he want in the end?
You're lucky I got to you. There's people out there who will come for you. I've heard that you're making so much ado. You're lost and I'm trying to help.
Freddy looks out for me, always been my friend. You're a bipedal something, what are you again?
I'm the guy who can help you along.
I'm the girl who can help sing her song, 'cause it's my time to shine. This is my time.
That's interesting. That like harkens back to the earlier choice, regardless of what it was.
Well, go on then. Shine.
I can do whatever I want.
Well, you can't stop time, so.
Grace, I'm frightened.
It's okay. I think I got this.
Honestly, I like it. Know that it advances the story in the way that I want, but like I think it's just kind of cool to be like to just like have them duet or whatever. That was not the expected result. But I like this.
What are you doing? That wasn't me.
You sure?
Will you stop screwing around?
I enjoy it.
He should be avoided.
Or applauded.
Grace, who's it gonna be? Him or me?
This is I would say this is a lot to take in because it's like there's not much to compare what we're doing here to. But I think this is like a really effective introduction to what I'm assuming is how like a lot of stuff will play out for the remainder of the game. But like, so there's like a nuance to how the choices affect the way the music goes, but how the music reflects the character. It's interesting. My mom offers musical styles a cross between Pippin and A Little Night Music. I don't think I know A Little Night Music. I know of the song A Little Night Music that I would probably recognize if I heard it, but I don't know of a musical called that. I'm definitely not leaning full Pan. Also, I think that last choice was worth it because it was very funny and weird.
Freddy's amazing. She's the one I trust. And
I know it disrupts the flow of the music a little, but leaving it on timer mode seems hard.
Do I need you? It's my time to shine.
Working with me or her?
Our time to shine.
Go with the flow. All this amateur.
Time to shine. Time to shine.
Interesting. And then you still have a choice at the end.
Sorry to break it to you, Pan, but I'm not abandoning my best friend.
That's your choice. humdrum mortality.
Maybe it's
How
the
about
path
trusting in
forward for the
those who love her
dwindling
instead
idol
of those
tree.
who want to use her?
Oh my, such drama. No matter how you employ it, Grace, this is the power of a muse, drawing out that which lies within. I trust you can see how that might be useful.
Zoe's
in
incredible
your
playlist or whatever that was called.
investigation.
Heart song. The only thing I'll say about it is, like, I think I would feel better, like, more confident in making, like, any kind of choice at this point in the story if I had a sense of, like, what on earth it would mean to conduct the investigation in any of those three ways. It was a good show. Thank you, Keith. I'm glad that you watched it. I still haven't seen it. Like, I know it exists and I think it's still accessible. Never ended up catching the, like, Christmas wrap-up special. Show had its flaws, but I thought that was a really cool show. But, like, it had, like, a similar concept to what we're describing as the muse power. They called it heart songs, where, like, there was, like, some accident and then, like, the protagonist would, like, hear people's, like, inner struggle and, like, feelings of expressions come out as, like, songs that, like, they weren't aware that they were broadcasting to her, and, like, she couldn't control when she heard them. It was an interesting, weird premise. This is perfect. Green Star.
I'll make them sing a song of confession.
Exactly so.
But only if they did it, right? I draw out the truth, not make them lie or do something they wouldn't.
Oh, you will be a natural at this, I can tell. A muse does not command. She evokes. She elicits.
It sure feels like he's helping us, doesn't it?
Look,
Is my
Creepo,
really
Grace
small grape?
already told you to take a hike.
So she did. Allow me to get to the point then. For all your powers, you still need a place to begin your search. And this I can provide.
Oh, I didn't notice he actually had
An
goat ears
address.
tucked under the goat horns.
In the city? Where Calliope was staying, I do believe.
Can we ask, like, Hermes for a favor? Hermes seemed at least neutral to most of what's going on, and seems like they know something about the situation. Does feel like you could have led with
You
that.
have Calliope's address? You should have started with that.
And miss all the dancing? Nonsense. Now this I consider a favor. One I hope you'll remember in future dealings.
Okay, but then what was the point of choosing not to work with him?
That's
is all?
perfect. We can look for clues there. What this Calliope was doing, who her enemies were.
I should
Freddy
remind
also
you
doesn't
there
seem
is
upset
an
about it.
element of danger. A killer is on the loose, no?
Lol, I'm not worried. Let's not commit our friend to danger just yet, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You can come on the next life-threatening mission, Freddy. Totes promise.
I need to find Kaz and Brian. Just tell them you're okay. If, not the other stuff.
Then I guess I'll go check this place out on my own.
So glad that's settled. I'll let you get to it. I've drinking to resume. Ta-ta.
We really gotta put a lock on that thing. Did he, like, print out a MapQuest business card? Muse's Hideaway. Go button. Seems chic.
Oh, it's open. That's not a good sign.
Nah, I don't think so. Oh, that's a... okay.
This is
surprisingly
Calliope's
elaborate
apartment?
shot, considering.
I don't know what I was expecting, but not this.
Honestly, I feel like this is probably about what we should have
Hello?
expected. It's not exactly what I
Sure,
expected,
Grace,
but
good
like it
job.
should have been.
Just announce to the killer that you're here.
Hello,
better
please
look
don't kill
around.
me. Oh, what? What video game are we playing? Wow, it's really funny that there are no options below this. I'm tucked right where I should be, I guess. I'm sorry, Elvis picture? Do I have like a limited time? Where did my... Okay, my cursor jumped all the way over the other monitor for some reason. Harp.
Giant harp. Of course there's a giant harp.
Okay, not aware of a time limit, so let me look at that. Let me look at that sweet Elvis picture. How come every time I click Elvis picture, my mouse cursor flies to the opposite monitor? That's odd.
I want to believe this is just an ironic photo of Elvis and she wasn't like his muse, or...
Why would that be any more problematic than anything that's happened in the last like 12 hours or however long we've been at this? No, Elvis picture. Apparently everything other than that bottom one is causing my computer to have a fit.
Damn, look at that. That's beautiful. How do you even get one of these?
Store, money, exchange for goods and services. So where does the cursor... Where exactly? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me why it is doing that. Look at the light. Go to the light?
After Calliope left the audition, where did she go? Did she follow me? Did she come here?
I don't think she probably followed you directly.
Andy Warhol, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how many celebrities she knew. Did she paint that? Looks like it belongs in a museum.
Okay, Indiana Jones. You think that was done by the same lady from Old Skies? I don't remember her name at this point. She was really important to the plot, though. Drums?
Right. These aren't... Do I inherit these as the new muse? Is that even okay to ask? So many instruments in here. Did she play all of them?
Better question, do you play all of them? I think upstairs is where the masked guy from Raincoat is. Blanking on it.
It's past Max in a time-traveling elevator.
No, not that one. You know the guy. It seems reasonable to ask, I don't know.
I don't see anything useful down here. Maybe there's something upstairs?
Death Trap? Are they gonna do that thing where they fall down into a ramp and then we fall into like a pit of snakes at the bottom of the staircase?
Oh, man. Keep it together, Grace. It's just your average, everyday...
There were only 3 muses, you know, not 9. Whenever they found someone who made something truly masterful or created a new art form, they'd pass on their eidolon, take a new name. You see, that's how the mortals became confused. They got it wrong. Like they got almost everything about us wrong.
Interesting for them to use like collective nouns like us when allegedly these aren't the same folks who were around during like Olympus times, Mount Olympus times. You're Apollo.
You're Apollo,
Dad,
right?
the ball
One
man.
of prophecy? One of the chorus.
Sometimes I am, yes.
What does that mean?
It means...
Sometimes he's Doug the Mole Man.
It means sometimes I just feel like an old man who's lost too many friends. If I may ask...
You know, a good day over like
how did
600.
you find this place? And what are you doing here?
Help, please?
I'm looking for help. To save my life, remember?
Yes, I should apologize for that. Our ways must seem strange to you.
Our immediate urge to kill you must seem
You're the only one who
strange.
really helped me.
It wasn't right, what they were doing.
It still isn't.
Do you think this guy has enough
I
necklaces?
still need help.
I can't help you, Grace. I wish I could. You deserve better.
His beard does not match his hair. One of them comes right off. I'll let you figure out which one. Sakula suggests, see if anyone is selling mysterious aged hot dogs. That could help. That could help. But I believe the proper terminology is vintage hot dogs. Tell me about Calliope. She dead. It's important. It's important.
Can you tell me about Calliope? I barely knew her, but she seemed...
She was a
That
beautiful
shot, though.
soul.
That shot, though.
With trouble.
Troubled?
She thought the idols had lost their way. She argued with us, with all of us, that we needed to change. We hadn't spoken in years.
That sounds like motive, huh?
I hadn't seen her home before today. I'd rather not talk about it.
Aha, sing! Why can't you help me?
Why can't you help me exactly?
Shall we
Pan said
sculpt
there's
some
no
flesh friends
specific
then?
rule against it.
You've already met Pan? How odd.
I'm inclined to agree.
It's not
that shot
I'm
again, though.
forbidden to help you, Grace. It's that you don't want my help.
Of course I do! You have to know more than me about almost everything!
My help
Including arts
will
and crafts
only
and the
make things
guitar?
worse.
Unlikely.
How is that possible?
You're a muse.
I've been sentenced to death.
And without my help, you stand a chance of avoiding that fate.
That is a very confused... I sort of understand what he's saying, but it's not... It doesn't make very much sense. Zachary says, if steaks are dry aged, do you think hot dogs are wet aged? That sounds right. I mean, if you were gonna store the hot dogs in something, it'd be wet, yeah? I hate that question, though. What a horrible time to be illiterate. Why is this room a mess?
This room is a mess. Did you do this?
With this? It was like this when I got here.
And you didn't think that was in the least bit strange?
I didn't think much of it. I came here to be reminded of Calliope, not to search through her things.
That also feels a tad strange.
It's cleaner than my place.
Stop rubbing it in. It sucks here. I really gotta clean it up. Almost all the stuffed animals are in here now, though. Oh man, whatever's going on in chat is very concerning. Neko says something about dogs being stored in cans. I don't know about that, man. Hey, there could be a clue. I've watched Blue's Clues.
So you didn't mess up the room, but someone must have. There could be a clue.
No, nothing that I've
A
seen.
Blue's Clue.
All this mess, as you put it, is likely the result of her projects.
Her projects?
When Calliope got an idea in her head, she would obsess over it, sometimes for months, even years.
Same girl.
I don't know what she was involved with lately, but this... for her, this is nothing.
My mom is really distressed by the mismatched hair colors, pointing out that not only do his hair and beard not match, but his eyebrows are a third distinct hair color, which is entirely valid. Critch also mentioned it's impressive that I got so many of the stuffed animals in here. It's true, and it's probably more impressive that if you weren't here yesterday, I don't happen to recall immediately, you can't tell that it's different. But that does... wrong button. But that doesn't mean that it's not still a mess in here, because it is. It's a controlled mess, but like it still needs to be under control, and it's not. I have to part with many things. It's stressful. I don't like getting rid of things. I like having too many things. Except now they occupied the house. It wasn't better before in the apartment, but for some reason I worried about it less under the guise that if I had a house, it wouldn't be so bad. Now I have a house and it's like, oh no, it's still so bad. Anyway, this guy won't help at all.
So let me get this straight. You'll speak up for me, but you won't lift a finger to help.
You don't want me to do more.
You keep saying that, but it doesn't make any sense. If you didn't want to help, that'd be one thing. But insisting I don't want you to? Why not?
I can't do this.
Must go grate some cheese on my abs. Hey, Fine Godmother, welcome to the stream. Everybody, that's my sister. Hit her up with some emotes in chat. Thank you for the resub. 94 months. No, wait. Subscribe for 98 months. 94-month streak. Yeah. Yeah, you all are feeling the spring cleaning purge urge nightmare too? Yeah, it's stressy. Weirdly, I find myself very stressed about what to do with my Skylanders. I can't figure out if I should just get rid of them or keep some, and if I keep some, what is the correct number of Skylanders? I really like Skylanders, but it's also an incredibly inconvenient game to like replay or keep in meaningful fashion. But I like that game a lot. I have lots of complicated life problems that no one cares about. But you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Can you explain why this doesn't feel like this feels more like an intellect option than a charisma option? But hey, I'm glad I get it, because I feel like this is, if I could get information from this conversation, this would be it.
I can see this is hard for you, I really can. But I don't understand.
You don't know what you're asking.
Do I have to beg? For whatever reason you helped me before. My life is still on the line.
I haven't sung in centuries.
According to
but
Pam,
my eyes are glowing.
I can't force anyone to do anything.
So mysterious. Such spooky xylophone.
Pains from a missing friend. Feeding thoughts that never end. What did I do? What didn't I do?
BioShock Infinite.
Here she is, only in your head. Long gone fights, but they're never dead. What did I do? What didn't I do?
Calliope, what was she to you?
Years, thousands of years.
Oh, okay.
We walked side by side.
It's a lot of years.
She tried, said there's other paths. Don't walk the same, never the same. I have roads
I think I get what he's getting at. Okay.
Smooth, paved in stone. She got tired of our divide. We weren't the same, never the same.
I'm trying to go mono green, but I feel like these green options get at the crux of what I want to know.
You held fast. What's that about?
Stubborn me, thought I'd wait her out. Usually, she'd come back to me. You see, she'd return. We'd do that old dance. Knowing both there was not a chance that I would change, but she never came.
Kind of sounds like Red is on point, even if it's a little harsh.
Years, thousands of years. You walked, kept your eyes down.
It also seems to carry on her legacy to say that things should change.
But I've tried.
Never with me. We haven't tried.
moving on to Apollo?
Let's see.
So it's yes, you'll do this.
Yes. It's time to move.
She'd approve.
She is gone. It's
But she
time
wants
for
you to
change.
prove.
Never the same. That hidden voice, it will always play. On a loop, it'll always say, what did I do? What didn't I do? It's a song you can't erase, but you can make a tiny space for what you will do. Something new.
Tribal tattoo, really? Guess he's been around a long time.
Very well, I'll help. Though I'm uncertain what you expect me to do.
To
Athena
help?
called you the god of prophecy, didn't she? Isn't that telling the future?
Prophecy is the last thing you need, Grace.
The way this guy talks is starting to piss me off. Okay, in the middle of there, if unprovoked by anything, Zacula just asks, Vasco, what do you have against hot dogs? What internet nonsense is this? At what point did... Listen, when the hot dog thing came up during NORCO yesterday, a guy literally said the hot dog meat from his street cart was 10 years old, and for some reason Zacula was like, yeah, that seems fine. I was like, I don't know about that, and now I'm the guy who hates hot dogs? I don't understand what's happening. Also, hi, welcome, Arcadius. This game is a musical. It's right there in the subtitle, I think. But indeed, it is. It is unlike any other thing, much like NORCO, in a probably much more accessible way to most people. NORCO is what we were playing yesterday, and it's distinct and interesting and wild. I mean, it sounds like it'd be useful.
Why? How is knowing the future a bad thing?
Do you want to know when you're going to die?
If knowing allows me to avoid it, sure.
To receive a prophecy is not simply to be told what might happen, it's to be told what will happen. To know a prophecy is to be bound to its outcome. Only in ignorance is one free to choose.
But what if the prophecy is the outcome I want? Then I'm bound to the thing I want. So the very fact that he doesn't want to tell me suggests that I'm not gonna succeed, right? No, I like that description too, actually. Prophecy is such an interesting narrative concept that's like often handled in like a way that's not super thoughtful. So like I'm always intrigued by someone who comes up with like a good idea of it, and I think that's a really nice, succinct way to sort of be like, you can't just like know the future and like figure out how to solve the problem or whatever. That doesn't sound helpful.
You're right, that sounds like it wouldn't be much of a help. Even to you.
Well,
especially to him.
Too many times. To know what comes and then be unable to do anything about it.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel like that does couple with the
Worse.
song a bit there, huh?
Prophecies are never crystal clear. Sometimes you won't understand the full meaning until it's too late.
Yvonne et Neage. Can you help a separate way?
Okay, is there anything you can do that isn't prophecy related?
Not directly, but...
I can make it
Yes,
clap without my
possibly.
hands.
Come with me. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Do you think that's helpful? Now we're going to a surf shack. Again, I feel like this is exactly what I should have expected, to be honest. It's on me that this wasn't my assumption. It does kind of suck here, though, to be honest.
This is where you live?
Oh, yes. Sometimes.
He did say his
Excuse
place
the mess.
was messy. It's at least
can
as
many
bad as
visitors.
my apartment. or my house, but there's not like graffiti and stuff here. I just mean that there's just like boxes on the floor, and I'm like, I'm trying real hard. It's cool.
Don't worry about it. I have 3 brothers. I've seen a mess or two.
We've learned something about Grace.
I admit I hadn't realized how bad it was.
The graffiti
You
is
said I'm
intriguing.
here to meet someone?
Ah, yes. Do you know what an oracle is?
Sounds like someone who's gonna give me a prophecy, brother. Seems like exactly what you said I didn't want. I love the smart option is like specifically like the Oracle of Delphi. Like, yeah, I guess you had a high school mythology class too.
Someone who tells the future?
Not quite. They serve as a channel of sorts.
Again, is this not exactly what you said I didn't want?
This allows them to offer insight, knowledge they have no earthly means to possess.
Like how to make ice cream soup?
Over the ages, no matter where I go, one manages to find me.
Meaning there's an
always
oracle
living in my
here.
closet.
There is.
So?
What?
I have brought someone to see you.
It's a hot goth chick.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a magic fortune cookie. Is that what Paul told you? Oracle's my handle. And even if I was the Oracle, I'm certainly not his Oracle.
Lovely to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Oracle.
Huh. Well, she's got better manners than the last lady you brought here. But at least that one had a casserole. Do you have a casserole?
No.
You know, left it in my other
Yeah,
hot
that's
goth
what I
pants.
thought. Look, I'm sure he told you all sorts of nonsense. I use computers. I'm a hacker. That's it.
I ask very little of you, Oracle. Your help here would be appreciated.
I offer you to stay in my
Fine.
lovely home,
Put your abs
free
in
of
a
charge.
twist. Okay, so Paul brought you all this way just to see little old me. What's on your mind, sis?
There's something really funny about this set of dialogue choices because, like, it just makes me think of that stupid thing from The Simpsons with, like, the Quickie Mart guru where, like, Homer goes up to the top of the mountain and he gets to ask, like, 3 questions from, like, an all-knowing guru. And he's like, wait, are you really the guru of the Quickie Mart? Really? Really? And then he just, like, gets kicked off the mountain because he asked 3 questions. And we go to see an oracle, and it's like, all right, what's on your mind? He's like, so you, like, live here? It's like, girl, get your head on straight.
Do you live here?
I crash here, yeah. Better here than home.
She
That
showed
seemed
up
like
one
that
day,
helped, right?
As the oracles do. Naturally, she is welcome to stay as long as she likes.
As long as she doesn't comment on my 3
See
hair
the way
colors.
he talks.
4 if you're
I thought
nasty.
maybe he was a creep averse, but nah. Paul's aight.
The highest of praise.
Grace looks so
Be
legitimately
more
uncomfortable
alright
there.
if he did some laundry.
You know, honestly, fair, valid. Keep calling him Paul.
You keep saying Paul. Do you mean Apollo?
Yeah, I know. Apollo, if that is his real name,
The
says he's a
Phoenix
god of
Wright Nick
prophecy,
thing.
blah, 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 blah.
But you don't believe him.
Believe him? Who'd believe that?
Is there a reason
it's super
why...
weird, but he's a decent guy, so he can be Apollo if he wants, but I just can't call him that.
Do you think there's a reason why the Oracle's laptop appears to be made out of cardboard? How well do you know Paul?
Tell me, is Apollo always so...
Handsome? Yeah, it's
Incredibly
annoying.
emo? Like a sack stuffed with sad?
Wow, I feel attacked.
I am standing right here.
I don't even have
Don't get me
abs.
wrong.
It's just embarrassing.
It grows on you after a while.
Grace, surely this is not what you came for.
The game has led me to believe that this is what I came here for. Oh, hang on. I'm falling in love with Apollo or the hacker or something? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's cute watching you get all flustered.
Well, it's hardly productive, is it?
See, there you go again.
Ugh. Get a room. A different room.
Becca asks, is your PC not made of cardboard? Well, my PC is, which is why I have to run this game as a postage stamp to stop OBS from freaking out. But my work laptop appears to be made of technology. Technology that constantly reboots. I've made some progress on that, though. I found a way, without digging too hard, to just, like, force it to ask first, which doesn't stop it from doing updates indefinitely, but it does give me a heads up so that I can work around it some. So this is maybe relevant.
So you're an oracle who uses the internet, huh?
Like I said, it's my handle, and yeah. It's a sweet setup, huh? Some of it's
Oh no,
even
she
legit.
appears to be playing Life is Strange. Look at the
Parts I
documents.
purchased for her, presumably.
Bargain for, fair and square. And I keep telling you to get me an Ethernet cable.
I don't know what that is.
I figured he was going to say
It's
that.
the 21st century, Paul. And your 21st century Oracle needs her some download speed, okay?
I guess I need information or whatever.
I'm looking for information about someone named Calliope. Can you help?
Oh, the lady from that apartment I sent Paul to. Yeah, I've been checking that out.
What did I tell you?
I looked it up. You could do the same if you learned to use the computer. Here, hold up, I'll show you.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop.
There. The apartment was originally purchased 2 years ago by a holding company, Core with a K Enterprises.
Oh. Oh, I see. That would be Persephone.
Becca asks, is Apollo allergic to buttoning up his shirt, or is he just showing off? I mean, probably the latter, but don't act like you're upset about it, Zach. I feel like I know you too well. Sadly, I'm with Keen. I have not worked... Chad is discussing putting stickers on display on their laptops. I've never really worked anywhere that had a culture of, like, sticker display. So even though I have some really nice... My sister got me these super sick, like, Evolution and Squirtle stickers from Japan the last time she went. And I don't know what to put them... I don't really have, like, an actual, like, regular laptop. And I think it would be frowned upon to put on my work laptop because of the nature of my just extremely corporate and dull. Also, and this is true, I have my old work laptop that got like replaced back in, I don't know, October or something. I think it was earlier than that, maybe September. And then like they said that they were going to send an email with instructions to send it back, which they didn't. And then they sent me like a vaguely passive-aggressive threatening message being like, you didn't send back the work laptop. Please reply if you need information. I was like, yes, I need information. No one told me how to send it back. Please tell me how to do that. And they never responded and never followed up. And I think they just assumed that I claimed that I had sent it back. And I don't know what to do about it now. Neko says, I feel like if Apollo buttoned up his shirt, he would look homeless. I 100% agree with you. I don't know what exactly that says about anything, but I'm fairly certain that's correct. The one from the chorus, or you know, like another Persephone?
Persephone is in the one from the chorus. The one who wanted me dead, Persephone.
The poison chosen specifically to
I
kill
wasn't
Cusco.
aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment.
Mates.
The good news is that Persephone is easy to find. I can take you to her if you like.
Will there be trouble?
I'm thinking she won't be happy to see me.
What is this thing I'm looking at? It's not labeled properly.
Anyone.
Great! We're all done now.
That could be a closet for all I
Thank
know.
you
It
for
doesn't
your
have a
help,
bunch of
Oracle.
magnets spelling out what it
Please,
is.
Do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah, sure, will do. Leave a tip on your way out.
I do appreciate that Oracle is drinking out of a representation of that classic, like, 90s style soda cup thing. I I assume at some point this makes more sense, but there's something very amusing to me about the nature of this map where I only ever have one place to go. Also, that symbol looks like a bit like the Baroque Works business cards from Live Action 1 Piece Season 2, which I guess I'll never stop talking about, but I think you know that about me already.
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how. Here in the underworld, idols can be themselves, even if they don't look human.
Cosplay. I don't think it's a particularly odd place to find Persephone. Not your kind of
place. Do you come here often?
Oh, no. Persephone and I aren't friends.
Is she friends with anyone?
No, many. No.
She's friends with an individual named Benefits,
Calliope,
not to be
apparently.
confused with
if we're to find
having
Persephone
a friend
and
with
all
benefits.
This, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
I love that simply by nature of having chosen charisma once, I'm given an option to just simply say, I'll be persuasive. This is frequently how I play video games. It's fine. Doesn't matter that it's extremely front door. It is a little amusing that one of the other options is simply I'll fight her if I have to.
I'll figure something out. I can be persuasive when I want to be.
Gold eye thing, lots of singing.
I'm just not sure even you could sweet talk Persephone.
Gold eye thing, lots of singing.
Is that a challenge?
It's the
you
truth.
Looking for a challenge?
If Persephone really was friends with Calliope, talking to you might be the last thing she wants. You need to be prepared.
I think the
to
last
use
thing
your
she wants
powers.
is taxes.
As
Even
you
the
did
gods
with me.
probably can't escape.
Come find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye. It's really funny to go and talk to Apollo after that. It's better to be at that point on the charisma tree. How so, funny godmother? How do you mean? You mean in comparison to the fight her option? We do not explore is late charisma where people just do things you say when you don't mean it. I think that is Gios, which if you haven't already seen Code Geass, you should. It's really good. I like it a lot. I choose to speak to Apollo mainly for comedic effect. I assume I'll be able to talk to all of them, but it's really funny to have him take me here and then he's like, I need to be by myself. And I'm like, hey, Apollo, what's hanging? And he's like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Of course, every time I get one of these menus, it will fling my mouse cursor to the far reaches of outer space.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off.
That's not subtle. That lacks subtlety.
Successful.
Tell me about Persephone so I know how to persuade her.
It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
Favorite color?
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young, sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was... Persephone.
Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved.
Sounds a little bit like the wisdom of Solomon done wrong, but yeah.
As the mortals tell it.
Well, like, is that real?
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
About 17%.
Well,
I will elaborate no further.
Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
All been there too. sort of this come up often? Just happen a lot?
Wait, so Hades just kidnapped her, and that was okay? Does this stuff happen a lot with the idols?
Not since the days of the Titans, which I barely remember. It was the first time one idol had killed another. I'd like to say we handled it well. That Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen. She has never forgiven us. And honestly, I can't blame her.
The underworld's right here. We're partying in it. I feel like there's something kind of inconsistent about... I mean, maybe it's simply that he is just an idol who's been around since Olympus times. But, like, I feel like the implication earlier was that, like, the Eidolons have, like, changed hands a good deal over time. And so, like, we got, like, a real Ship of Theseus pantheon, if you catch my meaning. That, like, yeah, the gods are the same, but they've also been replaced. So is it the same pantheon? Question mark. I guess this taps into my question. The idols have changed?
Have the idols changed much, you think, since those days?
Well, you know the saying. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Feel free to attend to positive matters. Fine Godmother, thank you for dropping by and for the resub. I'll give you the heads up that I intend to be doing taxes for much of tomorrow, so I'm not sure how much of the stream I'll be in, but hopefully I'll check in a bit there. Anyway, says her nun talking face makes it look like she's scared to talk to him. I mean, we've been accused of murdering a god. I think we're kind of just scared in general, to be honest. I think it's funny that for some reason we can ask him again that this isn't his kind of place, so I'll do it.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
He literally already told us.
I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Goody two, goody two, goody goody two shoes.
Once. When I had the muses to keep me company.
All 3 to 9 of them. Oh dear. This is a little thirsty, isn't it? This is a bit thirsty. Even for me, that's... Listen, I want to be very clear about this. When I say something like this is coming on a little too strong, even coming from me, I need you to understand that that carries a lot of weight. I know you don't actually know this much about me, but if I have a reaction like, oh, I don't know, that's a little overt, like, it's a lot. I don't think I'm a try living a little kind of person. I mean, it's not a dating like I feel like it is. I feel like it really complicates matters for us to try and hint at a genuine romantic relationship with Apollo, considering that we've established that the backstory is he kind of got too close to the last one several iterations. Oh, hang on. Zacho's got something here. If the ship of Theseus, which may or may not be the original ship of Theseus, sailed up to the Grand Hilbert Hotel, which of course has infinite rooms, but they're all full, is Sisyphus happy? I'm less familiar with the is Sisyphus happy, but I feel like I can extrapolate that that's like a similar ridiculous thought experiment, which Uchikoshi has trained me to appreciate, even though many of them are unhelpful. I mean, light spoiler for the worst of the Zero Escape trilogy. He taps into something called, what is it, the Sleeping Beauty paradox, which I think is some real hot dog water. Anyway, my condolences.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you.
It's all right. I'm okay.
So, Persephone murdered an idol, huh?
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know.
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
He's trying not to actively prophesize because it locks you.
I learned long ago not to.
Seko says, anyways, my condolences is an incredible answer. I feel like it's surprisingly multi-purpose. You can say that in a lot of situations. And it's either funny or sincere. Like, I feel like it just works a lot, like a surprising amount of the time.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't. So instead, she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Same girl.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I should go.
I'll get going. I still need to find Persephone.
I'll keep trying as well.
I would definitely like to talk to Hermes. Can you explain what you did before? And if you want me dead, please?
Whoa, you're here. I mean, you gotta be somewhere, but you're here.
Hello,
So
Hermes.
well observed.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
Anyways, my condolences. What's your whole deal?
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track. So, I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff. It's all cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks.
Can you imagine
Athena
how much that must
says,
suck?
One day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Like, I just want you to think about this. This was kind of bothering me, like, when Pan came around, and it's like, yeah, I get to be the goat guy of being disrespected by eternal beings. But, like, Hermes is like, yeah, about a year ago I ascended to godhood, and now I'm Athena's personal assistant forever. Like, why not?
Why not? Maybe you can shake some dust off the other idols.
Change it up.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of dust.
You're right about that.
I don't think Athena would let me clean anything anyway. She won't even let me touch her spear.
Is that a euphemism? Hey, you know, Calliope, wouldn't it be so funny if her was just like, yeah, I like saw the whole thing happen. That's why I was there so quick.
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Bird,
Look,
small
when an
bird.
idol dies, I have to be there. So I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
Sounds grim.
That sounds grim.
It's not so bad. Corone could be less creepy, though.
Who's
I
Corone?
don't think I've heard
You know,
Corone before.
He keeps asking me for a mixtape. What even is that?
That hints at so much. That's really, But like, the ferryman of the River Styx is like one of the most varied pronunciation names like of all time. I've never heard Corone before. It sounds like a type of alcohol. What do you know about the murder since you immediately knew it happened? You have any information?
This is probably a stupid question, but... do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice, though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
How was she angry?
Pissed off. But more because she cared about everyone too much not to be. I don't know, that's what I thought anyhow. I'm probably wrong.
How did you become an idol? Car crash?
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes
Seems
died in your
unlikely.
arms and then they accused you of his murder?
Oh, yeah, not that.
Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died. We were friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
This is kind of an interesting philosophical question, I suppose. Why call yourself Hermes?
Why do you call yourself Hermes? I mean, I don't call myself Calliope.
You might eventually.
Someday. Yeah.
I doubt it.
You know.
Most idols do. Not everyone, though, so I don't know, maybe not you.
I should go.
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious. Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that.
This is what people say about
I
me.
laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, do you think, like, Cerberus is in the back room? And 2, do you think that if I successfully do, like, a quick time event, like, 5 times in a row while petting Cerberus, they'll blast off into outer space and leave me a phone case? Do you think that might happen? Zakula offers, I want to talk to Persephone. Well, that ups the total count for sure. She that bad?
Is Persephone really that bad? Why do the idols put up with her?
We're like family, and Persephone is that really mean aunt that nobody wants to invite.
Dang.
Don't tell her I said that.
Stone
She
cold.
keeps a list. It's a thing.
Okay, forgot I asked.
Whew. Man, just the thought of talking to Persephone gives me goosebumps. Blech.
Nico asks, do you think Cerberus in this world will just be a furry? I honestly, like, it's an interesting question to ask. I don't actually know anything that we've seen happen that would lead you to specifically think that, though.
I'll see you around.
If you die, then for sure. But, don't die.
Don't die is great advice. Tell all your friends. Let's talk to... Let's be weird and talk to Pan.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear muse.
Hi, Pan.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
What are you
I'm
doing
guessing
here?
it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Well, did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen
I'm
to
not
thrilling
typing on a
music
cardboard
and meet
laptop.
delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
You come here
I
often?
assume you're a regular at this club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
You're wearing a jacket that
horns,
says
the-
permanent member.
You... Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely an inconsistency about the way we discuss, like, our history as idols and the passage of time. I don't think I want to retread How Can I Trust You or mention the address. I need to find her.
You must know why I'm here, right?
Let me guess. You seek our sweet-natured proprietress.
That's definitely not how I
Help me
put it.
find her.
Earlier I wasn't good enough, but now, I see how it is. By all means, I'd love to tell Persephone that the source of her rage has intruded on her domain.
What if I asked nicely? Ocean says it'll make sense. I'll say that it has occurred to me, although I don't think anything has really made it explicit, that like it's over time you like acquire the knowledge of the previous idols that you represent, but like it feels like we've gone long enough without someone saying that it feels a little weird is all.
What if I asked you really nicely and batted my eyelashes like so?
Oh no.
Got him.
Not my one true weakness.
Yeah, right in the flashing
I
knee
could
spot.
also flatter you, tell you how shiny your horns are.
All right. Never let it be said that flattery gets one nowhere. Let me know when you're ready and I'll take you to Persephone.
I really appreciate it.
Do keep that in mind after you've spoken to her.
I really shouldn't talk to this guy. That's on me. Let's talk to Eros. What's your deal, Eros? Yeah, seems about right. A little more masked than I might have guessed.
You're the new muse, aren't you?
I guess I am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though. Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
I love that I can, like, literally just immediately say I should go. How do you know Aphrodite?
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know?
It's upsetting.
New here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking.
See
You
that
hear
chest
a
hair
lot
coming
of
out of his shirt?
Idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries, it may as well be true.
Didn't we just address Aphrodite as your mother?
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right. A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed.
Assumed
These
what?
days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
That lingering, the mortals, they just assume. It makes me think of that, like, really bizarre joke from the first season of the TV show Ted with the talking teddy bear, the Seth MacFarlane thing, where, like, someone makes, like, a comment about how, like, everyone in their, like, Massachusetts high school is white, and, like, one of the characters just says, like, oh yeah, there used to be, like, an Indian kid in our class, but then they got him. And someone's like, wait, what do you mean they got him? And he just shakes his head like, it's a shame they got him. And he's like, no, like, what does that mean? What does it mean they got him? Oh, it's scooter time? Good scooter time, Zacula. I'm told that I have to ask this question. I was on the fence, but I'm told I have to, so I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Wait, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why?
Really fighting the urge to say something nasty while my mom is watching.
I wasn't.
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
The joke simply would have been like,
why?
The god of some, like, really gross specific sex thing.
Just a grudge I get to carry around forever.
So, what you do?
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happen?
Look out there. See all these people.
Dancing on there. What do you call them?
The anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
You into that? That's so nasty. No, sounds like fun.
There are worse ways to spend a night out.
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true
They
love.
got him.
But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way. They'll value it more.
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of
You need to
course it
sing?
is. Sure. Not obvious, huh? Truth is, I don't come here that often. No, it's hard to get away. I just want... Nope, never mind.
I'm charisma based. You can talk to me. You can tell me the thing.
I'm willing to listen if you need to talk.
I appreciate that. Maybe some other time.
I should
I'll
go.
see you around.
Count on it.
Why you say it like that? What happens if I try to talk to Apollo again? Does he be like, don't be talking to Pan?
No luck yet, I'm afraid. And why is the music here so loud?
Okay, Gramps.
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that. She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years
These
get past,
puka
and
shell
Persephone
necklaces
will
are
remember
load-bearing?
what you did like it was yesterday.
Found some help.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally, I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
Good luck to us.
We'll see, I guess.
Guess I'll go talk to Persephone now. He was out in the open. Great work, team. Solved the mystery. Didn't even need a talking dog for that one.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later.
Neat.
I was willing to leave you be, Grace. To wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
I have questions. Like I says, why on earth did you go looking for Apollo when all that was to just lead you back to Pan? You could have skipped this and gone straight to her. Well, for one, Apollo's like one of the only people who's like actually trying to help me. For two, I'm on a sort of largely cooperative build, and so like talking to him may have been necessary to secure him as an ally for this conversation, which may or may not be helpful. It might honestly be harmful, but whatever. I don't want to fight.
I'm not trying to start a fight. Far from it. I came here hoping you could help me.
Help you? Perhaps you could help me instead.
Cool.
I'd like to understand a few things. Do you
I don't know the
really
recipe for ice
expect
cream
us to
soup, I don't.
believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace, but I have no reason to help you.
That's interesting. This is a tough one. Snacula says he's a big fan of how she's tall and mean. Zach, I don't want this to come across the wrong way. Were you a big fan of Lady Dimitrescu? These all kind of seem like bad options, including the one I can't choose. I wonder if I'm limited in how and when I can call on Apollo, and whether it, like, shows weakness to do that here? King says he was just about to ask that as well. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who's like, there's a certain archetype in play. I can think of, like, a real cornerstone example. Yeah, like, the top one's, like, a little aggressive, to be honest, but, like, I don't know how you, like, don't be aggressive here unless you, like, go crying to Apollo, and, like, I like having Apollo here, but I feel like if the very first thing I do is defer to Apollo, it shows, like, a type of weakness I'm not here for.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
We were all staying at my apartment. Wait a minute.
I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
I hope she vogues now. That was the end of that thought.
You hear that? You're in my house.
Exactly the answer is, listen, if I was in Ethan Winter's shoes, I wouldn't have tried to escape. Okay, that seems fair.
A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here.
Where are those strings coming from?
To make new friends.
And that sax.
Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near, and you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
I like trying on Path of Non-Aggression, which leans into my stat anyway, my single individual stat. Kinda hate this though.
You play your show, I'll just go grab a beer. Didn't come here to quarrel with you. Love what you've done here, this place comes up well. You've nailed the theme, it really feels like hell. Guess you're not looking for new clientele. Just as well, that's a 5-star review. Let's try the easy way. Hear what I have to say.
They get younger every year. Little big shots that drift through here. Think they're bringing something new through the door. And you've heard it 1,000 times before. Honey, I've heard it 1,000 times before. Honey, I've heard it 1,000 times.
Still looking for my angle of attack, but this might be too passive.
I'm just running out of time is all. If it's true that I'm just lost and small, why you keeping your guard up?
I think this is what I want.
Rifts from pen, so familiar, so secondhand. What a stock dime a dozen troubadour. Honey, we've heard it 1,000 times before. Oh, we've heard it 1,000 times.
You know what? I'm just curious. What does the audience... She keeps saying we. Is she alone in this?
She's heard everything before, and she can't be excited anymore. But maybe there's 1,000 brand new songs been right in front of her all along. Let me hear you.
Oh, are we about to Gigantamax?
Come on. How long since you heard something new, or is that piece of you
into who we will be. Your youth wasn't stolen like it was from me.
Let me help you.
Don't touch me. I don't need help from any of you. I was alone when you know who kidnapped
Voldemort?
and crushed all my dreams till a muse. I just want Calliope back.
I mean, it's interesting that this suggests that it requires the charm stat. This feels really important to me. I'm trying to keep the flow going in the songs as much as I can, but like I do think that generally this game is like unstreamable if you just like have everything on timer and you can't like interact with chat at all. I like, part of me likes blue here. I think red might be too aggressive for my taste. Green feels very passive. I mean, they all have their issues. I took green stat.
You overcame so much on your own. You should be praised. I'm done throwing stones.
Okay, this doesn't feel like letting her win. This feels more like what I wanted from the first place.
Bowing down to you, my queen.
Yeah, maybe that's a little...
Underworld, I hereby concede. You wanted blood, well, there's no more to bleed. Your queen's above that. Now I get that. But can you help Persephone? Help a lost...
That almost seems too forward. I feel like you have to, like, feign leaving and have her come to you to expect her to, like, realistically work with you. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Well, you won.
So it appears. If what you told the chorus is true, why do you think Calliope came to you that night?
I think she already knew that there was trouble.
Maybe she thought I could help her. She must have been nearby when whatever happened.
I see. All right, Grace. Come with me. Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt, so I gave her the apartment.
How well did you know her, I think, is the thing that will give me the most information of the type I want. As opposed to, like, somehow picking a fight, and this almost seems similar.
So you must know better than anyone what she's been up to.
Not exactly. Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting
thanks for
with.
dropping by. I'm just gonna let her be suspicious until we sort this out, but like, yeah.
I don't know. That sounds suspicious.
I hoped I could find evidence, something that made sense. But no, it was only you.
I made sense?
At the time, but now that I've seen how clever you are, I'm beginning to wonder if Calliope didn't choose you after all.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death.
I think that this, like,
Someone who
overlaps
could keep their involvement
text.
hidden.
Sounds a little
One
like
of us.
Pan. I don't know. I mean, I mean, this almost feels like a stupid question. I mean, like, hey, quick informal poll chat. Is there anyone in chat who thought that the individual responsible for, like, the foul play death of a Greek god analog was, like, a mortal and, like, wasn't in some way a separate mythological figure? Is there, like, anyone who believed that?
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how we might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Unless the person who was using the magic to detect it was also covering it up. Because, like, then how do you check that if, like, only one person has... Because, like, abilities are sort of limited to the domain of the god, right? So, like, if there's, like, one person who would do a magical investigation, like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond
I was hoping
belief.
for a less stupid exchange, but
sure, yeah. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Some would say our
Weird
powers
flex,
are
but okay.
also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Really, I can't ask any follow-up questions about Hecate. Do we know anything about Calliope's enemies?
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have. What? What am I missing?
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
Let's ask about Pan. I don't know that he's specifically involved, but he is making himself inherently suspicious. It's worth finding out what they know about him.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
Doesn't mean he's guilty,
has one,
but it
that's
is
for
suspicious.
certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
It seems more like, at most, he'd be like an agent of whoever's responsible.
Odd.
Yeah, Athena definitely seems potentially suspicious, leading the charge to have us dead, and my impression is still like making an almost deliberate attempt not to reason an argument to address the situation. Not that they necessarily have to if they have consensus or whatever, but it seems outside the realm of how I would anticipate Athena normally acting.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well...
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
Poor sweet game developed before 2026. I mean, it seems like I have to ask all of these. You're both still suspect seems unhelpful in the presence of you both.
For all I know, either one of you could have done it and you're just playing along.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying?
He's also not capable of buttoning up the shirt.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
Okay, that's too soon.
Okay, this isn't...
The one and only god I killed deserved it.
I have to say, I have some amount of suspicion that somehow Hades' Eidolon
if you've changed
carried
your
on.
minds and you're both part of the chorus.
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence?
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
We're a friendship.
Please, both of you. None of this will help Calliope. I know you both miss her. I know you cared about her, but she's not completely gone. A piece of her is in me. She came to me for help, and I don't want to die any more than she did.
Got him. Wrecked. Idiots. Oh, we're singing now.
I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Natural causes. It's a shame.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
I shouldn't have been caught off guard. Our eyes started glowing. I thought it was just out of, like, passion for our argument.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
I actually like this.
Stop this.
Something missing, we're blinded to.
Yes, there's more to seek.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I've been before I
trapped.
snapped.
This is not about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the sun. Aren't you a queen with all that that means? Stop.
There's no blue option there.
For a fight. These old rooms, they distract and blind you. You can't see yourselves. He doesn't know what's important.
And you do?
Yeah, you can't pick blue here.
Or stay.
I have a strong suspicion that I would not have been able to accomplish what I hoped to there, but maybe I should have given it more time to consider. I feel like ultimately, at least for what we've been doing, my goal is to sort of get the gods to stop bickering and unite on this front. But I don't have the impression it would have been possible to succeed here. I think the bad blood runs too deep and you're meant to pick a side. I mean, it's interesting. Like, there's two sides to that, right? Neko says Persephone holds a grudge. Apollo will be cool about it. I am inclined to agree with that. Me as a person, that kind of makes me want to go and work with the person who wants to work with me. Me, the person trying to solve this problem, thinks that Persephone needs more work and I should take the opening that I have. I'm not thrilled with it.
Now that Apollo isn't sucking all the oxygen out of the room, perhaps we can get somewhere.
I am not gonna confront. Let's go with just as well.
Just as well. He said from the start that he didn't want to help, that he'd just make things worse.
Oh, that's what you get when you live in a world of prophecies and riddles. Apollo will forever chase his own tail. But he brought you to me, so that's something.
Weird for you to
I'll admit the
pretend to
problem you
care.
present is a sticky one.
Ew.
If an idol is behind Calliope's death, they're clever.
What else
I
would
need
be the
time
case?
to formulate a plan.
I don't understand. This feels redundant at this point, but I'll ask anyway. Is Athena not an
I
option?
have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
She might. Athena's no fool. She sees everything in terms of risk. Anything with the slightest chance of being a danger to the idols will not be tolerated.
These options all feel foolish.
Well, that's harsh.
You'll notice I no longer live among my fellow idols. I left, as did Calliope.
Because of Athena?
Athena is why we survived. I'll give her that. But her fears can be smothering.
You've decided to help me then? I wasn't sure you would.
I've already admitted that Calliope might actually have chosen you. Don't push your luck.
Oh, I didn't mean...
You have fight in you. You've taken quickly to the Muse's powers. It's possible that she saw the potential. So yes, I'll help you. If, however, this has all been a desperate deception... Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
You'll meet my furry bodyguard. Oh my lord. I don't... What's happening in this video game? This one's partially for Zacula, but also at the same time, it's a fine thing to say. It's just, it's got maybe potentially unnecessary overtones.
I like this better than fighting with you. Way better.
Helping you rather than wanting you dead, you mean?
Yeah, that's
You
all I was
seem like
really...
a woman who gets what she wants.
Baby.
These days, yes.
Then I'd really rather have you on my side.
Okay,
Wise
hang on a
choice.
sec. We're definitely flirting. Yes, we are. Roommates, yes. I hope there isn't an evil horse around.
What should I do while you're formulating? I don't like sitting on my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed.
No
if
additional
you wish to
comment.
keep busy, burn down the city, start a revolution, become a terror the likes of which mortals only dream.
I'm not entirely convinced that's good
Really?
advice.
No, Grace. Go home. Be patient. When you see me next, I'll have a better idea of what to do.
Be patient with like 6 days to live. Interesting advice. Threw your lot in with Persephone. That seems troubling. That feels like more commitment than I was hoping to have made. That's fine. What's up,
Hey,
Freddy?
Freddy. Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah? A goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep? What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
You were worried about me? Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace.
The relationship is complicated.
Plus, you know, what would the band do?
Right, the
Well,
band.
you have to get the band back together.
Where are Kaz
It's
and
the only
Brian
thing
anyway?
to do in a case
I
like
told
that.
them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
I wouldn't suggest saying that to her face.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little volatile.
She has her reason. I mean, so we get in the band back together. Yeah, Zacula, every time, every opportunity, every day. So I'm like, to be clear, I do agree with the reasoning of chat, but I still maintain that like I was hoping that that would not be interpreted as such a committal action of like choosing one over the other. Like me, the human being Vasco, and yes, I promise I'm human, though sometimes it appears contrary.
Stronger than my mom.
Like I tend to naturally sort of play the peacekeeper, and so for me, I try to like hone in on like what is needed and who needs the most support if there's like a conflict that boils over in the way that did. And like Persephone's like real like damaged, and so like if she's gonna cooperate with the other gods long term, including myself, like it seems helpful for her, you know, to like cooperate. I don't know why chat is like having a fit right now. That's fine. Hey, here we go. Yes, exactly, Zach. Me, the human Vasco, hosted the Vasco the Gamer video game computer show. Yes, exactly, that one. But like, point being that like, in a case where like clearly the two people aren't going to keep talking, but I'm trying to maintain both relationships, like the person who will never speak to me again, like I don't know, it's complicated. It's a deliberately complicated situation. It's just like I don't know. I like to be sufficiently optimistic about the nature of relationships that wouldn't be like, well, you stayed in that room when I stormed off, so you're dead to me, or whatever.
She has her reasons. I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
Figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still me. That's true.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore about what happened.
Oh, and
he'll be sore, you know
there's
what
this.
I mean?
Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
Where is he getting these cards? Here's a question, I guess, largely for Demolition. So we just hit Act 2. Are all of the acts of similar length? Does it make sense to, like, break here and do, like, 2 additional streams or something? Like, I don't know the duration or best way to address the video game. I guess, so it's about 3 hours, but probably like 2.5 of gameplay. Start the next scene. Okay, let's start the next scene. Let's see. Just spoke to him. The idols lived. Is it overstep? I mean, I guess we've established that it's not cheating to tell one person that we trust about the nature of the gods. I feel like me, the human being, Vasco the Gamer, host of the Vasco the Gamer video game computer show, would my observation would be like, I just saw him. Why and how did he leave a message here?
I just spoke to him at the Underworld. If he wanted something, why didn't he just talk to me there?
Because he's creepy and wants to get you alone.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do.
Do you think Freddy gets more rings every time we stop looking at her?
The muse? Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Look, there's more than one place I can go to. The map has a function. It's just as Apollo foretold. Perhaps Zeus has even provided me an opportunity to save, which is one of my favorite video game things of all time. It's so stupid. I haven't actually played some of the more recent God of War games, but that was the thing in at least the first 2. I think I played some of 3 and didn't end up finishing it because something ended up pissing me off. Those games are so interesting, and at least the old ones, like, definitely were deliberately unforgiving enough to actively piss me off. It's interesting that the bottom of the screen says I should talk to Persephone or go see what Pan wants. It doesn't mention Apollo, but it stands to reason that if I had chosen the alternate path at the end of the previous scene, it might just say I should talk to Apollo and leave the Persephone bit to the imagination as well. Let's. I would like to see how Apollo is doing.
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well,
Y'all
I
have
didn't
been
expect to see you again.
inhuman for too long. I wanted to check on you.
I thought I'd check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Ah, yes, that. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
That's so depressingly human. This is along the lines of what I was going for. Neko asks Vasco, out of the characters you've met so far, which one would you hope the main character romances? This game feels like it'll have romances. It seems like it, and I'm genuinely a bit confused by it. That seems like an odd approach to a game like this, but here we are. I mean, it's sort of tricky because, like, my answer to that would probably be, like, Grace. Like, there's a lot of, like, not exactly my vibe here, to be honest. Not in that I'm not liking the characters, but, like, that none of these people are sort of my type, if you know, if that's clear enough. Getting some strong answers in chat. Zacho has settled on Persephone after some complications. Sarah says Freddy. There's something that's not quite right about Freddy to me, and I can't put my finger on it. Yeah, like, that's the other thing, is like Calliope would have been relatively high on the list, kind of like her vibe of the surviving people we've met that are plausible romantic interests for Grace, and not being able to pick Grace. I think I might go Apollo. He's like a little damaged, but it seems like he's well intentioned. Like, I don't know. Again, it's a bit of a stretch because, like, none of them are like none of them are like Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club, who I'm like openly like, no, I'm gonna be weird about it. I'm gonna be weird about Sayori until I die. I saw on Reddit somewhere, like, someone posted like an image of Sayori dressed in like a Squirtle outfit. I'm like, who made this for me? So yeah, I'm a little weird about them. Apollo seems like the safe choice. I mean, I don't love the sinister implication of the air quotes there, Sarah, but, like, at the same time, like, valid. But yeah, I think Calliope still needs you.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies, even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again for Calliope's
don't
sake.
Succeed.
I'll think about it, Grace.
To be honest, though, like, I get your
now,
point, Sarah.
You're in far better hands.
I'll hold you to that.
Dweeb.
Don't think I won't.
Sarah says, I feel like there's always a romance without risk in these games. I genuinely don't think that's the archetype that Apollo is. I think he seems safe by comparison to the others. I think that Apollo, who's that guy in Stardew Valley who everyone wants to fix, like Sebastian? I feel like he's that archetype of, like, he's not like the bad boy, but he's like busted. He still needs to be fixed. Maybe I'm thinking of Shane. I don't know Stardew Valley as well as I pretend to. Zaiko says, Vasco, that provides some kind of insight into your mind. I don't know what it says specifically, but it's something. What, the Sayori thing? That I'm super weird about it? It says that, like, I don't know. It definitely says something. You're not wrong about that. Well, it reminds me a lot of Crestfallen Thor from that movie where he gets fat. That, you know what? That's actually... That sounds like you're trying to be glib, but I think you're, like, completely right about I mean, it helps that Thor even, like, carries the baggage of, like, Norse godhood, but, like, I think you're kind of spot on with that, Neko. Where it's, like, feelings of inadequacy after, like, past failures and not moving on from them, which, like, I don't know, to me that feels very relatable. I think that draws me to his character a lot. Sarah says he's easy to romance and it seems obvious. Listen, Sarah, there's no need to pile on. I understand that, like, I'm bored. Like, you don't, no one needs to help tell me that I'm bored. Like, listen, I'll be the first one to say that I'm boring. I'll start the next stream by being, you know, like, ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, Vasco. I'm boring. Like, that's... that's fine. Demotion says, speaking of, at the Conte I saw Dino Thor, which is exactly what it says on the tin. That's pretty rad. Is that a dinosaur carrying Mjolnir? No, I mean, it's Dino Thor. What else do you need? Not boring, just very safe. I feel like the subtext is boring. It's fine either way. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry to Persephone.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Saku says, I hate how it got warm for 2 days and now it's cold again. It sucks. It just sucks. I mean, we're almost the opposite. It's like been warm here for weeks, like summer warm, and then like I guess it's supposed to like cool down a little bit and rain for like 2 days or something, and then go back. I haven't taken a close look at I haven't gone out much, to be honest. So I guess his spring is the second worst time of year. I assume you're still putting summer at worst. Is that correct? Otherwise, that's a really interesting take. Personally, I kind of think like fall is best and spring is second best, but maybe that's a hot take. What I want to ask is what changed your mind? But you changed your mind?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation.
He's not involved.
The thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Oh, that's interesting. Did he happen to say what he wanted?
No. He probably wants to cash in his favor.
Huh. That's what he does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Now, that would be just like her. You should go ahead and see what Pan wants. It might be useful.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage.
But somehow is exactly how Palpatine
I want to send
returned.
you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding. She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
I could just talk to Pan.
I still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just don't believe a single word coming out of his mouth.
I might be able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
A battle of the silver tongues, I'm sure.
Why a party?
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
I hate everyone,
She
and they
and
hate me
I
equally.
Don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
One
Pan's
wild
secrets.
party with a goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a
Be
wild
weird about
party
it. Be
and
more
of
weird.
a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun
So
downgraded
cruel.
considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
I guess it makes sense that these be close to each other on the map, considering that he's supposed to be at the place where all the gods hang out. Why can I still talk to Persephone? That seems weird. Should I, like, do that? Is that a thing I should do? Is that the game being broken? Unclear. Everyone in chat is currently debating what the best and worst seasons are. The one person who will ever watch this VOD on YouTube, if you've made it to this point, leave a comment. Let me know what your ranking is of however many seasons you have locally. As Zago points out, he lived in Arizona, where there's summer and not summer. A very safe party. I don't know what... Did someone hurt you, Sarah? Are they saying that Apollo is such a downer that he immediately brings down the mood for everyone? I think it's more that, like, Apollo isn't the type to attend a party that's interesting. I think they're saying that Apollo is boring. I think that's what we're saying. I'm such the kind of guy who's like, no, but, like, why can I do this? No, he's safe. But safe means... Okay, hang on.
I didn't realize come by any time would be taken so literally, Grace. Something specific on your mind?
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
We were.
And
if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Clio, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they
story,
were someone
Persephone.
else. I mean, Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such a stupid name.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently. Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
How'd you end up friends with
If
Calliope?
you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
Well, she sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before. Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Wow.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who
And
had
that's why
mastered
she
it.
lived on someone else's dime in a borrowed
What can I
apartment.
say? I mean, I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in. Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, it made taking her in all the sweeter.
I love how this line of questioning is like, no, but like I asked you a very specific question that you're not actually answering.
After you took Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
Well, no, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope
Is it really
entertained
that
here
hard?
for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, well, we warmed up to each other eventually.
Write
She was
that
more
down.
capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
Oh, then you didn't really meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything, as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment. She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
Sideways. Lord, how many background questions will I be able to ask about the idols collectively?
I'd like to
Lord.
know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
Just feels like a stupid question to ask, even
What
rhetorically.
constitutes a little more in this instance?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from?
Xanadu.
If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows. I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. I mean, was there something before her? How did she get her idol on? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in those early days, or were forbidden to, and our memories only stretch back so far. Anything beyond that simply
Boy, what a troubling
isn't.
existence.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Maybe.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Gods are okay,
Had to come
but
from somewhere.
aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you.
It's the time
The last
war.
thing I remember after Rome was 1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed.
Maybe
Athena
I wasn't
calls
far
that
off with
period
that Doctor
the
Regeneration
gap.
bit, huh?
That's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
Tell me more about ye old gap.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery, near Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the
It's like
gap
the end
was
of
wiped
Lost.
away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those
She had to
idols
get the
who
band
remained.
back together.
Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
I don't know, man. The specific missing gods are of some suspicion to me. I mean, Hades we have reason to think was killed, and thus makes it more likely that he didn't pass on his eidolon. But, like, I don't know, Zeus, if he just disappeared during the gap time, maybe there's something to that. Although, frankly, I still think there's something inherently suspicious about, like, We had Hecate be the only person who could detect if this was a murder, and she said, nah.
Are you willing to talk about Hades? If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just...
incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband.
Not how I'd put it, but yeah, how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, one might think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me.
The flaming
he
hair
had
and
a
all
presence. I mean, one that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way. For centuries, I actually thought I was in love, that the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's funny how our perspectives change.
Speaking of change, what changed?
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up. I was a trophy for Hades. A conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small.
And cast a shrinking
I slowly
spell.
realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
And that's when you killed him?
That's when I killed him, yes.
When I allegedly killed him.
The first time one idol had ever murdered another. Thank you very much.
What I like here is that I feel like early in the game they sort of suggest, like, we're really not that different, but we're also gods. But, like, I do think that there's an air that the idols have of, like, being superior to mortals, even if, like, some of the time they're suggesting, like, it's not that big a... Like, there's a little inconsistency there, maybe, I think. But what I like is that, like, they at least carry themselves as being, like, immortal, right? But, like, when you really, like, drill down and, like, talk to them, like, all their baggage is, like, so tremendously human. But the thing that I really like about that is, like, the inherent lack of self-awareness. In some ways, I think that makes them fit the god archetype even more. Is like, thinking that they're above mortals, and then, like, my entire personality is like normal human baggage. Like, it's, I don't know. Maybe it sounds stupid, but I think it is an interesting way to portray all this. To remain meek, had he even met her? I mean, like, people change after 10,000 years. Like Rita Repulsa, sometimes they get worse, but, like, sometimes they just get more. I think all of the qualities that make Dracula want to marry this fictional character.
I'm guessing the other idols weren't thrilled with you killing Hades.
Severe slap on the wrist.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost. See, this was before the war and before all the new rules.
Still haven't talked
the
about,
chorus
like, Poseidon at
had
all.
never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder.
That's like the American
and
justice
stripped
system.
The throne I had
Like,
wrested from his
asterisk in
grasp.
Which you weren't happy about.
Doy.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No. I I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
And now you own a nightclub.
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of merriment.
Okay, there has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s, I assure you. But he didn't know how to run a business. By the time disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club. So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow. I was successful. The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying his tab.
That seems a little rude.
Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you
Starting
around.
to see a potential pattern that you might be the problem in
That's
some of
where
your
I'll be.
relationships.
Around.
Okay, bye. Disco never dies. It heads off to Elysium. Yeah, I think we've learned that the hard way. Man. The fact that after those two conversations, I still inexplicably have the ability to go talk to Persephone really gives me Phantasmagoria 2 vibes. The way that, like, conversations happen in that FMV video game are truly unparalleled. Psycho says Persephone is never the problem, actually. Not sure about that. Hang on, Sarah has an interesting suggestion. Talk to Persephone. How do we feel about that, chat? I feel like that will go one of two ways. She will kill me, or we will end up naked. And I'm not sure which is the more damaging one to my Twitch account, frankly. Sarah is attempting to vote in the affirmative by just repeatedly saying slightly different affirmative variations. Or both. You know, or both, I suppose, also an option. Do you not have anything to do? Aren't you trying to solve a murder?
I didn't realize come by any time would be taken so literally, Grace.
I almost
Something
hoped
specific on your mind?
a slightly angrier
I'll see you later, Persephone.
line read on that. Okay, weird that I could still go there. I'll talk to Pan. I think we'll be done after Pan, I guess. That's cool.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
I don't fully understand what that implies.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building.
Interesting that we evoked
All
this
those
imagery
people
in
I
the
passed
song
getting up
before.
here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
Is there a way I could phrase this that isn't "you asked me to come"? Is that okay? Will you answer the question of how many idols there are?
How many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know. 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
Isn't it kind of the opposite?
there
When
were
there's
that many
fewer,
gods.
To get to Bone Town.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols.
This is like the...
Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
This is a thing that I genuinely feel like comes up in One Piece, where, like, you know, that is a world where people acquire superpowers by eating these mysterious fruit, the devil's fruit. And, like, some of them are, like, unbelievably powerful abilities, and some of them are, like, real stupid garbage. Like, you know, like, I don't know. before when we had the conversation about like being Athena's like personal assistant forever as an immortal, like it gets me thinking of like, at a certain point, is it possible to be an idol that's so bad that it's genuinely worse than being mortal? Kinemon's power is genuinely so hilarious. God, I love that. I love the whole concept behind what we did there. Just absolute perfection. Like, I honestly kind of wish that, like, more, like, superpower and, like, magic worlds, like, did stuff like that. So funny. Do most idols live here?
I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena, before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give him my apartment?
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive the week.
No, the apartment seems more important. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to get a decent apartment?
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here, or...?
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns.
Please don't speak of your glorious
Olympus
horns.
is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old
Bosco's
country,
inconvenience?
but it serves its purpose.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better. This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
You asked me to meet you here?
I did. Though I feared you might decline, considering your rather callous rejection earlier. Regardless, my pride is intact, as is the favor you owe me, which I now wish to collect.
Definitely not saying Persephone was right about you. Like, I was expecting this and I'm not breaking the rules for you are both fine. I kind of feel like both is the correct thing to say. Let's demonstrate that we are a successor to Persephone who suffered no... or to Calliope who suffered no fools and insist the line.
Fine. But just so you know, I'm not doing anything that's against the rules. I already have one trial coming.
Grace, baby, Boobala. Have I ever led you astray?
I haven't known you that long.
Not yet.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he requires.
Is it a
I'll give you
song?
a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even. If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest. What do you say?
I definitely want to meet Hecate. I have suspicions. What's a reliquary? What's a paladin?
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years. Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway place so no one unsavory can get their hands on them.
But you're trying to send me there.
Unsavory like you?
Shut up. Unsavory like most. Athena has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself.
Man, this continues to be
A
very
rather
suspicious.
dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
But I am the designated leader of the kick line, believe it or not. The goat legs really help with that. Is it dangerous in the place I'm not supposed to go to
If
or
these
whatever?
relics are off limits, does that mean they're dangerous?
Some. Probably.
But I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
Oh, I hope we get something cool like from
What
Legends
if
of
one
the
of
Hidden
those relics
Temple.
could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hecate first. She, and I mean this with complete and uncharacteristic seriousness, is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
This Hecate, do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours.
Someone who could
If
like
anyone can
conceal a
help you,
murder, maybe?
it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
This person I'm to help, what does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I.
I like the way he says that, even though it's entirely
This,
plausible.
as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
I gotta touch him?
A matter of the heart.
Gotta touch his
Did you
heart?
think I was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd. The man has an issue with his love life. Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
Oh, the way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
Well, it's just that...
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask.
Yeah,
And
I
then
hate
where would I be?
Rumpelstiltskin.
I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly and with open arms.
I kind of like to think that saying increasingly unsettling romantic flirt options is just like my way of using my charisma stat on everyone.
You're saying you can talk me into anything?
Anything you would enter into willingly and with eyes wide open, which covers...
I feel like the thing we said
a
wasn't
great
nearly as
deal.
flirty as what was suggested.
Yes.
That's surprisingly ethical of you, Pan.
I find consent wildly attractive, Grace.
Fix your tie.
I'll think about it. But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named Asterion. Lovely fellow.
That guy's
quite
a vampire.
harmless.
He's not a god.
I'll send a package to your domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Well, if you decide to go, Grace, you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hecate on my behalf, will you?
It's so jazzy in here. I got an achievement, I think, for like flirting with like 4 people, probably. You know, they're not one and the same. You know, it's an interesting question you posed, Demolition. Okay. Okay. Main menu? Don't crash? Swipe or no swipe? Drop this back down to none of them. Only 4, but I thought you meant 12. I mean, like, you don't have the option to flirt with every single character you meet. Like, there's been none ability to flirt with, like, Eros or Hermes. Not that I've specifically tried, but I did not have the option to do so. Which it says, thank you so much for this. Thank you, Domish, you gifted this to me. This has been great. I know I've been, like, a little bit snarky. There's something, like, a bit vulnerable about, like, playing a game with, like, a linear narrative that's like really emotionally sincere. So like I'm just being a little aloof. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's great. Like I actually really like that it's not constantly musical. I feel like I kind of expected it to be a little bit more of a novelty. Not that I'd done like terribly much research on exactly what the game was like, but like just from like the marketing I remember seeing about it, like I kind of just got the impression it was sort of like it's a short game with lots of music, because isn't that great? Isn't that an interesting concept? And like the music's been really good, and like it's a really interesting system that I like a lot. The song system. I don't think I'm like good at it, at like anticipating like the outcome of things, which like normally would frustrate me, but I think this game does a good job of having you fail forward for the most part. Like the biggest like unintended consequence of something thus far is like the Persephone Apollo thing. And I think even if chat weren't here, I think I would have made the same decision and would have been the same amount disappointed. But it's not like Apollo's like sworn off talking to me, which is like a hard kind of stance that like some things like dating sim games will sometimes do or whatever. But like, yeah, I've been enjoying this a lot. I feel like there's been a lot of good opportunities to crack wise and also like enjoy the great voice acting and casting and stuff. It's refreshing to just like not have negative things to say about a game, which is cool. Psychos is not as neat as Norco, but still pretty neat. How would you rate this game against like a 6-pack of vintage hot dogs? Demotion says, I mean this in all sincerity and seriousness. Your path can be radically different than mine even at this point. Did the same more or less though. Can mix and match song color choices. I mean, like I've been doing that. Like the first one, I just like wasn't really clear on what system was in place and what the consequences were for like choosing one of the color song options. But like since that sort of soft tutorial made that clear, like I've been trying to like lean into that a little. I think that's come across. I don't know that it's dramatically changed all that much, because like green has kind of been the approach I think I would want to take in this situation for the most part. But like, for example, I felt really good about the choice during the Persephone song to like take that quick aside to sort of like turn to the crowd. Like I liked the moment for that, and I liked the result of it, and it like had the result I wanted, and that felt very satisfying. Of like she just kept speaking for everyone, which kind of felt like her purview, and I was like, I don't know, is that true? And then the crowd was like Gigantamax chanting, and it was like, yeah, take that, get wrecked, idiot. Nico says, God, even Raincoat beats a 6-pack of vintage hot dogs. Now, to be clear, Neko, I'm not sure. I genuinely am not sure if you know the intention of the vintage hot dogs. That's hot dogs made from meat that's like 10 years or more old. Does that change that response? Would you like that more than Raincoat? Zaka says, I'd still have to go with the pack of vintage wet age hot dogs. That's, I mean, it's really regrettable that that choice of words continues. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up the stream in a minute. I've been really enjoying this. I get the sense the chat is into this. Less clear that Norco is maybe something we finish, but I'll try to remember to put up like a more formal poll for both of those over the coming week. But as a reminder, and I did mention this earlier in the stream, but like I think life is positioned such that for Easter weekend next week, I'm just going to take the time off. It's a combination of things. I do definitely want to spend some time with my mom, who has been very supportive over my time here in Florida and has been going through some stuff herself and got some like rough news this week I only found out about today. And just like, you know, I feel like she could use my support, and you know, like I was trying to figure out how much time I could spend with her, and like honestly, as much as I enjoy and look forward to the streams, like I could maybe use just a little bit of a break from responsibility, because I just feel like I have a lot of it even though I don't, and it's been stressing me out. But so next week I'll be taking a break, and we'll be back the following week, probably finishing this game off is my guess. But yes, also somewhere in this room behind me, I've hidden some number of Squirtles. I bought myself in the head real good. If you're able to locate a Squirtle hidden amongst these plush friends in this way, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. You may also notice, and this is not to sway your decision any particular way, but we had a discussion yesterday about getting Concerned Loaf on the shelf, and I sort of cracked the code accidentally. I can't really hide anything behind Concerned Loaf because he's basically touching the back wall of the room. But I could maybe put something on top of him, and maybe there's then room to hide a Squirtle there. So maybe I figured it out. Yeah, I've done my very best to make this not challenging, I think was the hint I gave at the start of the stream, or something to that effect. So I'm going to gather some guesses in a moment. Hold on, my guess is the thing. It's a thing. I don't know what it is. It's in the middle of the top shelf. Oh yeah, that's Togepi. It's really big. That Togepi is really big. I'm gonna I don't know how much I've talked about it. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before. I got into Squishmallows when I got Colossum Carlos. It was the first one I ever got from a Ralph's in North Hollywood. And then they started making the Pokemon ones, which were like really difficult to obtain for a while. I think they've gotten better at managing supply and demand. They're not typically as difficult to get. But like I missed out on like the initial wave of Pikachus. I have a Pikachu now. And what's the one that I think Gengar was the one that came out alongside Pikachu. Like it seemed like they would be a really difficult thing to get. And like I like Togepi. He's not maybe one of my favorites, but I was like, oh, I don't think they're gonna do that many of them. I should get Squishmallow Togepi. And I just didn't look at how big Squishmallow Togepi is, and he's friggin' gigantic. He's so big. He's much bigger than he needs to be, and I kind of regret the purchase, to be honest. But he's very big, and he's got certain qualities that are appropriate. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's take a look at these other guesses. 6-pack of vintage wet age hot dogs. Yeah, that's a sentence that has been said. We got Demolition asks, just checking both days. Yes, to be clear, both days next weekend. Yeah. So we have Bunny Poo, we have Big Togepi, we got Big Togepi, we got Winnie the Pooh Bunny, we got Concerned Loaf, Chocolate Bunny. We've sort of got two now. I assume you mean this one and not this one. Oh right, it's winking. That's why one of the eyes looks like it's missing. Looks like a funky patterned bowl. It's kind of a little guy in an eggshell. It's goofy. Like Togepi was like the introduction to the Pokemon franchise of the concept of Pokemon being hatched out of eggs. And like I don't know if it was like specifically an attempt to like subvert expectations, but it hatched and it was basically still just in an egg. It was weird. It's a lot of words to say egg. Togepi is egg. I mean, Togepi is egg, but Togepi's a weird egg. And also, it's important for you to understand that this Togepi is... There's a reason this Togepi is enormous and has its own gravity. And also, when I mentioned yesterday that at some point I may have some event where I allow chat to have a right of first acceptance to rehoming any plush that need to leave this place for a different home, Togepi is in that list for sure. He's very big. He's not bad. He's just, I didn't intend or expect for him to be that big. I don't have room for that many big guys. I'm definitely keeping the BFF. Definitely keeping probably one of the big narwhals I have. Not both of them. So the guess is behind the cute little lamb. Okay, let's... Banana Man safely secured today. Yeah, I checked on him earlier today. There's no need to worry about it. It's fine. It's good. We're all good. Okay, so let's get going. Why am I sticking to the chair? Human body. Okay, let's... I don't know. I don't remember what order anything's in. Chocolate Bunny. Squirtle. Other Chocolate Bunny. Squirtle. Enormous Togepi. Squirtle. Concerned Loaf. See, I put a Squirtle. This is also a rabbit. Someone said it looked like a cat, which it probably does, but I have I have some rabbits. This is Squirtle. Easter Winnie Pooh. Squirtle. Small lamb guy. Squirtle. Just in case you met this other sheep fellow. Also Squirtle. And just to demonstrate a point, I also have this. This is much bigger than the Togepi, and this is a non-negotiable. We have to have the very big Squirtle. Yeah, I don't think it will surprise anyone that the theme is Easter. We got Easter coming up. I've taken the streams off next weekend. I figured I would put a bunch of Squirtles out there. Also, we've been creeping up the rabbit count for 6 weeks or something like that. And as I was saying yesterday, I consider Eevee and Flareon and all their ilk to be rabbits. You are welcome to continue to believe otherwise, but as far as I'm concerned, they've always been rabbits, and so they're also Easter friends. That's how I feel. It is a Mega Squirtle. This is the Squirtle that got me through COVID. It was such a time, but he just watched over me. Enormous, towering Squirtle. He doesn't fit many places, but he does fit behind the Flareon if positioned carefully. Espeon is cat, Umbreon is rabbit. We're not gonna litigate this. We can have a prolonged chat about this at some point. We're all welcome to disagree. They all feel like cats, and several people say they all feel like dogs, and Neko seems to believe that they're distinct individually, which I think is also a not entirely uncommon opinion. Anyway, that's going to do it for the stream. I do apologize for the break next week, but I do hope that anyone celebrating Easter has a good time doing so, and if not, that you just managed to have a good vintage hot dog time or something. You'll find something. I believe in you. Congratulations. We've made it virtually all the way to April. Certainly by the next time I see you, it will be April. We can celebrate some accomplishments then. What a great thing to look forward to. I didn't do a good job of that because my life sort of fell apart in the last month and a half. It's been rough, but it's been a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed NORCO last night and Stray Gods tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.